Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Far and Wide, the only show on the internet that makes you feel as good as busting them ghosts. I am, as always, your DM extraordinaire, AJ, and I just got a haircut.
I want a haircut.
You might need one.
I
And,
do.
we have an announcement for you. We'll save it for after introductions, so we're gonna start in natural order. Hoax cat. Always you first.
I
Always.
know. I don't like it.
Sucks. You came first on the overlay.
My name is Kat. I play Flora, and I did not peer pressure her. I just gently suggested.
Peer pressured what?
Dahlia.
Oh, into day drinking. That's a new hobby. Why can't she have new hobbies?
And no, not really worried about my channel since we're probably gonna be down for a month.
Well, still, we should tell the people where they can find it. Build up the anticipation.
That's true. We're gonna be out for a month because April is crazy. But if you want to watch more D&D, you can catch me usually Sunday nights, 6:30 Central Standard Time, at Dicey DM.
Very good. Now, next.
That was a really bad time to try to take a bite of a sandwich.
I feel like a waiter. How's your food, Mr. Mouthful of Food?
Hello, everyone. I'm Odin. I play Dahlia, the spiteful little gremlin who looks extremely young but constantly causes fire everywhere. That's what I got.
Hi, I'm V. I play Malik the Rogue, and currently I'm hoping that my internet holds out long enough for this entire session. For the last 6 hours or so, it's been cutting in and out, and I have given up doing homework. So, yay! I love thunderstorms.
Next, someone who we didn't actually get to have with us last time.
Hi, I'm Yoji. I'm lucky because my storm hit at like 3 in the morning today. That hit me. That knocked out my power and everything. It was real fun. And it was snowy. In April. I don't like this. So, anyways, I'm hoping to take out my anger on some things with a big stick today. That's my
Maybe.
current game plan.
We'll see.
Hopefully, a man can dream.
Finally.
Hi guys, I'm Toma. I play Scrap. I also make tables sometimes, and I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order in preparation for our Star Wars game next week.
Well, that's a lovely transition. So, unfortunately, for the rest of April, we will not have the lovely Cat with us. So, we have decided upon a special filler that will be run by Broden. And why don't you tell the folks about that?
I get to run a game!
First time in years.
Well, besides Blades in the Dark, but this is different. So, for the rest of April, for like the next 4 weekends, hopefully, I will be doing a D&D game with a lot of the people who play in this game. I don't think Yoji, did I ever message you about the game? Because you can still join if you want.
I have not been messaged. Give me a date and time, and I'll tell you if I can make it.
It's the same time as we do this.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, I can.
Alright,
Okay,
it's
we'll
Star
talk
Wars
after game.
themed. We're gonna have to put a few more enemies on the board.
It's fine.
Point is, it's a Star Wars D&D game. It's gonna be a little short series, about 4 episodes. It's gonna be taking place pretty much like a year or 2 after the Empire has taken power, so pretty much in between episode 3 and 4. If you like Star Wars, if you like D&D, because it's pretty much just a skinned over version of D&D but Star Wars, tune in next week when we do Astro April, and we're just gonna see if these guys can survive what I throw at them, because again, I don't DM too much. So
The
it's
Force
gonna
will
be
be
interesting.
with us. Always.
I can't wait for you guys to be like, what the fuck, man?
Broden, I got a bad feeling about this.
You should.
And for a special occasion, I've been working on my R2-D2 impression. But now that you know about Astro April, please keep an eye and mark it on your calendars. why don't we have Toma take us away?
Okay, so last week, the whole group finished setting up the intricate details, quote, about a contract with the druid lady named Alhi Shen. Wait, no.
Brianna Alea Shen.
Brianna Alea Shen. I missed that line.
That's fine, buddy.
And then we made our way out of the forest, but we were stopped by a bunch of goblins who died immediately in spectacular fashion.
Did not expect that.
Most of us barely got to do anything, as Dahlia cooked them to a burned them to a crisp instantly.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a pacifist.
Oh, you're
Very drunk
harmless.
pacifist.
We then made our way to town, where I set up the mushrooms that I got from a interesting set of trees in my backyard, and then applied some fertilizer to them. Then, we found out that we had been robbed, so we needed to figure out what the hell was going on with that. After figuring out this information, we went and turned in the information that we had about our job to the guards, and Malik almost got arrested and had to hand over all of his daggers. Then we found out that the person who robbed us was just some smo off the street, apparently, and we were told to get better guards, so we worked that out. And we're also in talks with people to set up a national park. I didn't get to be part of those discussions because shortly before those discussions started, we had dinner with our patron, Mr. Gage, and Scrap, knowledgeable as always, but lacking in social structure, attempted to feed one of the mushrooms to Dahlia to see what it would do. This caused Dahlia to fly into a wild rage and nearly killing him. He has not been seen for 2 days.
And that takes us to a very drunk Dahlia, confused Malik and Flora, at a certain guild with a nice little halfling man named Old Willow, or Andrew Dewdrop. Tell me, you may take your free reroll for the session.
So I think we just finished up there.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're-
it
I
ended
think we
with...
had resolved to carrying Dahlia.
Yep.
Yes. And Old Willow would like to go with you to negotiate. Okay, where is the area of demarcation here? So you will have to take him to see Brianna.
How far is Brianna from us?
About a day, I think.
Yeah, más o menos. You might be able to cut it down now that you actually know directly where you're going, rather than wandering, like you have been. Considering you really got a map up there fast.
We still have a drunk Dahlia, though.
We should ask for a cart.
Just get a wheelbarrow.
Quick, get drunk Dahlia to draw one for you.
Do you try?
She hasn't used it today.
Are you awake?
I don't know. Am I? You know what? Let me make a con save.
What's
Let me
my
see.
coin?
Con save. If it's above, I don't know, 12. We'll see. No.
You can try waking her up though.
I look at Flora. You wake her up.
No.
Straight up, not it.
I like how
Freshman
she's the taking
initiative.
time mom of the group right now.
It's freshman initiative. You do it.
So halfling guy. Oh my god, I wrote his name down. I just don't have my notes open.
Andrew Dewdrop.
Andrew Dewdrop.
Andrew is he is following us currently. He was just like, I'm coming with.
If you guys were going straight to Brianna right now, I don't know if you'd want to stop home and grab anyone else, or let Dahlia sleep this off before.
Yeah,
you talk
that
to
was the
dragon
plan. I
lady
think.
who doesn't like others.
Yeah, I think Dahlia needs to sleep this off. I mean, she is our best negotiator, as far as I can tell.
Quite
I'm not very good
possibly.
with words myself, so.
So Andrew's still with us?
No, you guys are still at his base. You guys haven't left.
Okay,
Oh,
well, we should just
okay, so
schedule to meet him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess then I can wait.
She just needs to, good night's sleep.
Ah, yes. He looks at the outside. In the afternoon.
Best time to sleep.
Yes, well,
Well, be on with you.
How are we gonna carry Dahlia? Like, honestly, the two weakest in terms of strength.
Easy. One arm over each of your shoulders. It's not that hard, even with your shit strength.
She's also does not weigh a lot.
yep, we will literally just shoulder her, and if her feet drag a little bit, well,
That's life.
How tall are you guys?
I think I'm barely taller than you. Give me a second.
I'm
Flora is, she's average height. Actually, I think she's just a teensy bit taller than average.
5'6". Dahlia, how tall are you?
At least when Scrap gets drunk, he has the decency to weigh 20 pounds.
She is 5'1". You are
Okay.
a good bit taller than her.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
we're gonna drag Dahlia. Is the duck
I
with
mean,
her?
there's not
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be any
no,
reduction.
The Quackers is currently just kind of cuddling with me as an emotional support duck.
Oh, we gotta get.
Yeah, you got the
Quackers
added
back
weight
in
of
the
a duck.
basket.
Well, easiest way we can do this without disturbing the duck is that you can grab her shoulder, I'll grab her legs, and we just
Yeah,
just
carry her like
out.
a table. Like you're moving a couch.
Quacker makes direct eye contact with Malik the entire way.
I am not
Okay.
making eye contact at all.
Looking straight upward. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time you try to look away, it just tilts its head a little further.
Yeah.
So, you guys get home. It's getting towards the evening. Yoji, you've woken up from a nap and the house is completely empty. There's not even a Terry there.
Scorch marks though.
There are scorch marks in the lobby.
Oh, I
It
missed.
smells like ash.
Basically, the area where Scrap's token is on the map, that's where the scorch marks are.
Okay. I won't see them immediately, but I'll have looked around the house for a little bit. Do I see like a note scrawled anywhere that
Nope.
where everyone else went?
No.
Nope. We
No
left
sign of
nothing.
scrap. Terry's just gone.
Terry's gone. Dahlia's not here. And the liquor cabinet is unlocked.
Okay, so fun fact, because I do have my inventory up, it is not full.
It's not full. But
No,
it's not empty either.
I have in count. I have all but one bottle of the fine brandy.
But there's
I'm
also
pressed.
no one here to stop me.
Time for a sexy party.
We just walk into Yoji in his underwear. He's like, oh,
Immediately.
oh,
immediately
I,
closes his eyes.
I didn't think you guys were coming back, you know? I wasn't really sure what happened.
Dolly just smashes against the floor because you both dropped her to cover your eyes.
But yes, they finally get home. You've had a quiet day at home, doing whatever you'd like. There's, for some reason, just inside a large, and hopefully you guys have the exact numbers from last session, thing of wheat, apple, and 3 barrels.
Were we given numbers?
We were not. We just baskets.
I
We were
was
just
gonna
told
say, I don't-
baskets.
I don't remember getting exact numbers of things.
Then I'll give you exact numbers later.
Okay.
Yes, they're just random produce right by the front door as well.
No, we moved that into the basement.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
never mind.
spent time.
Oh yeah, I just moved it inside. And here walks in Dahlia, Malik, and Flora. Well, walks in quotes.
I was gonna say, walks is a strong word.
Okay, I feel like I've missed a lot.
Yoji, you're awake. It's been 10 years.
10 years? Who's president?
Malik is president.
Really? Actually,
Wait,
no, that makes a lot of sense now that I think about it.
But he still lives here.
Homeless.
Wait, does that mean... Wait, we live in... Wait, you're a homeless president? I thought the whole point of getting that job was the free house.
Exactly, but Malik couldn't be trusted with the keys. He threw a rager. Malik threw the biggest rager this
is it
city
me
has
who
ever
can't be
seen.
trusted, or everyone else who can't be trusted? Because I feel like, well, I wouldn't be the most trustworthy here, but like,
Malik, I feel like that's
compared
when
to some
someone
people-
thinks they're crazy, but they're like, I'm the only sane one left. What all happened here? What happened to Dahlia?
Oh,
Dahlia
Why does
grew a
the
beard somehow.
Why does the entire room smell like alcohol?
mm,
Oh wait, closest
missed-
defined bottle of brandy that I've drinking.
It's the big one. He's so furry. She just points over at Yoji. Now awake.
he's so furry.
Oh, she's awake.
He has so much hair.
yeah, she clearly wasn't asleep long enough, though.
I'm just gonna put Dahlia down slowly. I look
On
at
the
you.
floor.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, on the
no,
floor.
No.
Obviously on the floor.
No.
Here, I have an idea. Wrap her up in the rug like a burrito, and we'll carry her up.
What rug? Is it a
the rug that's on the floor down here that she's currently on.
Yes, put the fire person in the fire.
It'll be fine. You don't set it on fire when you walk on it.
No, but her hair's fire.
We'll just
How
you
does
know.
the pillow work in this house?
That's a good point. Does Dahlia have a fireproof pillow?
Yes.
I think it extinguishes when she goes to sleep like a stove.
Yeah.
When she
Like
wakes up, you hear.
the hair's still
click,
there, it's just
click,
not on fire anymore.
Okay. So Dahlia's been day drinking. I can't exactly judge her there. That would,
Mhm.
you know. What else happened?
Mr. Gage has a warehouse for you to start pinning Aki down.
You didn't, Malik. That is the best thing I've heard all day. Also, the only thing I've heard all day.
Yes.
Actually, no, like the second thing I've heard all day.
Um,
It didn't have a very high bar, but it's still pretty up there.
Scrap tried to drug Dahlia.
Okay, that's less cool.
I
Wait,
lost
for
all
what
my
reason?
knives.
Wait, for what reason? Because I did technically try to drug you that one time, but it was to save your life.
Ah, yes. Well, this is less medical and more shrooms we found in the wild.
Oh, that's very bad. That's
They definitely have.
you have to be careful. Either you're going to have a nice meal, you're going to die, or you're going to trip balls. Sometimes all three.
Well, I think instead of all three, she went for the fourth option, which was try to kill him. But
Oh, that's a weird one. Haven't seen that one
I
before.
would never have killed him.
attempt.
You came pretty close.
I just wanted to let him know my discomfort.
By almost killing him.
Message received. I
Yoji,
think-
you know if you were the one to have done it, the results would have been worse.
I look at the scorch mark on the floor.
Now come here, I want to scratch your beard. He starts crawling towards you. Very
You're
drunk.
crawling.
I will say, you don't have to allow that.
I'm just curious
if
what
you
she's going
stop
to
her,
do.
if you stop her, she's not really gonna put up much of a fight.
she's that drunk.
I'm just good. I feel like it's better if I just let her do her thing, and then we'll just
She
put her
kind
in
of like
bed.
she touches your beard
Yeah.
and she just goes from like the smooth part of your face back to the beard. She keeps going scratchy, smooth, scratchy, smooth.
Yeah, see, I don't want to end up like what she did to Scrap. That sounds painful.
You haven't seen Scrap in a while.
Where-
Just the scorch marks.
Where is Scrap, by the way? Is he points like behind me as I'm crouched on the ground to the scorch marks on the...
no.
Well, we
He's alive. He left.
questionable.
He left. For what? What did he need?
I'm not quite sure where he went, but perhaps he's taking some time away from the situation. You know, let things settle down, maybe?
From a near-death experience? I mean, I can't really fault him there.
Yeah.
All right.
She starts hugging your leg, Yoji.
Okay, Dahlia, that's good.
I'm
that's
looking.
Quackers is definitely still with her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Quackers is just on my back, staring up at you, not breaking eye
Okay,
contact.
yeah. See, I'm more terrified. Okay. Here's the thing. Flora, do you want to take the duck for a little bit, and I'll take Dahlia up and put her in her bed, where she will probably pass out in a few seconds.
We should probably do something about the duck. Yeah. So you get
I
it.
love how I'm
What
the
do you
one.
want to do? I'm not touching her. That duck may as well be a 2,000-pound weight on Dahlia right now. I'm not picking her up with the duck on it.
Oh my god.
You
also-
don't know what that thing is capable of.
There's also one other individual you don't know where they are, Yoji.
Who would that be?
He ain't
Terry.
here.
That's
He ain't
true.
here.
Terry isn't here.
Alright, Terry is
I-
also gonna be
Yeah,
a
what's your time?
Is
fighter.
it this time that Scrap opens the door and then
Is
looks
Terry-
around at everyone being in the room?
Oh, hey, crap. I'm glad to see you're not just a scorch mark on the floor.
Slowly steps in and closes the door. Didn't expect you all to be in the room, but okay.
Still awake.
I reopened
Well-
the door so that the smell of scorch marks would leave. Because it
Not
still
not
smells.
just your party members, also Cyrus the Owl is here.
Oh yeah, he is upstairs.
Oh, okay.
He is running away from all of you guys.
Quack.
What?
And quackers.
Well, Dahlia, why are you quacking?
If I quack, it's just
Quack.
Quackers cracking. Quack.
I like to think it's like Quackers quacks once, and then you just do it back to like.
Yeah.
A conversation.
I'm the best talker in the party. Quack.
I'm the new druid.
Quack.
Uh,
All right, Flora, do you want to get the duck? He didn't get to you too, did he?
Nah, not entirely.
no, I
A
think he
little on
did.
edge. He got me once, but the second time he didn't.
Okay, because he got me like 3 days in a row. Yeah, no, that
Essentially,
wasn't
It became a core memory.
exactly.
I'm just gonna. Oh god, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna get close. Obviously, I think Quackers is okay with us being close to Dahlia. We just carried her all
Yeah.
the way home.
He's not a
Um,
guard duck.
I know.
mean-
I'm just.
Do you have
He's just
ill
visually
intentions for
partner.
Dahlia?
No.
Then
No,
yeah,
I'm actually
Quackers
just gonna-
looks at you.
I'm gonna look at Quackers and I'm gonna look at Yoji. Does this thing understand us?
I believe so.
It understands more
that-
than just.
If
You-
it makes you feel any better, you are probably far more afraid of it than it is of you.
You say that, and you see its head turn from Yoji, nearly make a 360-degree direction towards you, just look at you and go, quack.
360, Jesus Christ,
Hi.
that's so necessary for a
and
duck.
then turns back to Yoji.
I'm just gonna walk over then and be like, Quackers? We can't get Dahlia upstairs. Yoji, however, can, because he's like super strong. But he's kind of scared of you. Which, good job, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm entirely
fearsome.
terrified right now.
He
I'm just
slowly
not good
nods
at
his head.
expressing it.
Very fearsome. If you could just scooch long enough to let Yoji get Dahlia upstairs, and then you can go cuddle in bed with her.
Crackers will jump off Dahlia and start walking towards the stairs by himself.
Oh, I was gonna ask for an animal handling check.
I mean, they're not. They have promised no ill will towards Dahlia.
Yeah, again, he's not a hostile entity, but he is an entity.
Yeah.
I feel like
What?
we
Yeah.
need black
But Flora
pepper.
still has a little bit of like she's still unsure because of that first interaction.
Up and walks upstairs. He can go upstairs.
He also has wings. I think he can just
Yeah,
fly
Blacker
up.
just sort of goes upstairs. He's an independent man.
Sometimes I forget that ducks are just all-terrain vehicles of animals.
Yeah, okay, that's why a druid can become a direwolf before it can become a duck or clownfish.
Surely one is more useful than the other.
Alright.
Noise. Someone's
Mhm.
making noise.
It's okay,
right.
Dahlia. It's time for you to go to bed. You
Okay.
need to sleep this one off.
It's 4 in the afternoon. It's very late.
I'm just gonna have Cyrus like fly around Yoji's head, just coo. Ooh.
Okay, Yoji, you're being encircled by Shadow the Hedgehog.
All right, this is a little bit. Malik, what? Malik, your owl isn't also an eldritch horror beyond my comprehension, is it?
I look at his eyes.
Oot.
I don't think so.
That's mildly less terrifying, but it's still avian. So I mean,
Alright,
And
let's
not just like an owl hoot. He literally in man voice.
okay. Oh, Malik, you're into those types of people. Okay, fair.
How's
Malik
it
made a new
hard?
druid friend.
How's it
All
Yes,
hard?
I will
Get
carry
Dahlia
Dolly up and put her in her bed and just leave her to sleep off this the day drinking.
Cracker snuggles in with her.
You now have an afternoon where Dahlia is passed out.
Oh yes, we can do whatever we want.
For how
Like ask Scrap
long?
what he's making in the kitchen.
Someone's in the kitchen with Scrap.
Scrap.
I don't know. What do they see you Scrap doing in the kitchen? I'm not in there.
Well, with how long they were distracted talking downstairs and apparently didn't notice him sneak past them to go upstairs, they'd probably just see him putting something on the counter as he then starts to walk away.
I swear, if we all get drugged, we could, during tonight's dinner, getting
Well, who's go-
scorched, you will get murdered.
Scrap's getting around too if that happens.
I'll notice anyone check what the item he put on the counter was.
I mean, I guess I will. I mean, I asked you what you were doing, then you didn't answer, and then just walked away. So I'm just going to.
I mean, if you directly
Walk
asked him, he
over
would
there.
just go, I'm not gonna talk about it. He just walks away.
You may not be talking about it, but I'm certainly going to poke around.
Hold on, I need to find a GIF real quick.
Oh no.
Yo, Scrap just hears a flashbang go off. It's a gosh damn it! Now I have to set another one.
So you
no,
you
it's Dolly.
basically you look at the counter in the kitchen and you see one of these things.
For those listening, it's a lucky cat.
Hold on, I got it. Yeah.
Yogi, you do know what these are. They are a symbol of good luck and good fortune.
Where did Scrap get one of these?
He's been
Is
gone
anyone
2
else
days.
upstairs? Yeah, is anyone else up here with me, or are you guys?
I
just
would
staying
probably make my way upstairs to
Making your way upstairs.
grab a drink.
down? Of course.
The drink.
There
More
is,
drinks.
as per stated, one drink in there.
And Yoji's already gone through a little bit of it.
And Kat, you have the whole afternoon if you want to go make a liquor run.
That, or you could try to reach into Dahlia's purse and grab one of the liquor bottles.
No, that seems like a
Somehow the
suicide
duck
mission.
growls.
Yeah, pokes
The-
my head
the-
through the door,
The
sees
duck
Quackers.
will do a little conquerors hockey if you try.
Wait,
I'm just
we
gonna
could do
look
a.
at. Yoshi, I'm gonna go make a liquor run.
Oh,
Tell me what
Malik,
you're
you wanna come
buying.
with?
And
Make
how
a
much you
liquor
want
run?
to spend on what you're buying.
Nothing crazy, just enough to have a relaxing evening.
Okay, you
Probably
buy
just
their
some
most,
ale.
you buy their most three silverest small batch ale and glass bottles. You essentially got the equivalent of a low grade craft beer.
A low grade. Okay,
So
I was
not that-
thinking more like I'd be going to get like an 18 or.
That's what you got. These are the things you gotta tell me.
So
You
the
gotta be
equivalent of
specific.
like an 18 pack of Miller Lite, you know, like just.
You get some trash beer.
Is that shit you can drink all day,
You
but
get some
you're
college
Yup.
beer.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you get same price, 3 silver for essentially a 30 rack.
It's cheap. It keeps you going, and it it lasts.
That's what she needs, because she also broke saving up for them spells.
Yeah. The life of a wizard.
We are, yes.
Yes. You get your most 3 silverish 30 rack of cheapo beer.
Yeah. I will bring it back in and
Can I try to take the alcohol out of Dahlia's bag without
You know,
being-
it'll be a difficult check, and there's the duck right there. So this is up to you.
He will try to conjure hockey you and bite you. So.
And you have to do it without disturbing Dahlia.
I mean, they're still drunk, you know.
Oh yeah, you'll
Probably.
have advantage on it.
Yeah, you'll have advantage on it, but you know the consequences of disturbing her.
Oh, this is for our own good anyways.
You're gonna reach into Dahlia's bag of holding,
What?
which is kept at her side.
What?
Where did you leave the alcohol?
It's in the
You
bag
don't
of
know.
holding.
So, do you know which of her 2 purses are bag of holding?
I know which one it's in too.
No, you do, but does Malik? That's the real question.
Yeah.
I assume I would, because I've seen you use it so many times.
Okay.
I have 2 though.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
me,
it be
we're
one- isn't
we're
one,
gonna
like-
go.
There's
This
a
is what
big-
you
there is
remember
a-
above game.
There, if you look on her, there's a small blue butterfly one, and then there is a larger red butterfly one that are
Flora
tied to her
would
hip.
know that the alcohol's in the blue one.
Alright,
Yeah, I
well,
was gonna say, like, it makes
Because-
sense if it's in the one that cools things down instead of the one that heats things up, because who drinks hot alcohol?
Yeah, because I was the one to suggest putting it in there and taking it with us.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's just, like, something I can intuit as someone who drinks things. Like, who drinks warm alcohol?
roll the thing to see.
The British.
And
Alright,
I will be 100% honest, whichever one it's in.
Is it sleight of hands or which one you want?
I will make it sleight of hand.
Alright, is it advantage or?
She is incapacitated.
Yeah, but not the duck.
Whackers does probably see you doing this. I mean, he is right there.
Yep. So we'll do it because there's 2 people. Quackers will roll standard. Dahlia will roll to perceive with disadvantage. Is that okay?
Okay, now roll normal.
Yes.
That's
Oh.
a nat 20.
Woo!
Yeah, I was gonna say it right now. She gets it.
Yeah, you get it. You don't even. The duck physically cannot beat you.
Nor can Dahlia. Now here's the thing though. You don't chill a lot of wine, actually.
Yeah, you're supposed to let it out of that room.
Yeah.
But who drinks warm alcohol? The British. Technically,
Well-
sake's supposed to be hot.
I have it on my sheet. It is in the other bag.
I know, but Yoji asked who drinks warm alcohol.
I don't really count the English as people, though. That's the thing.
Smart.
So.
They begin
Wow.
drinking milk with
Objectively correct.
They were the ones who started the milk with tea and sugar thing. So.
Okay, I could see it like milk in tea, but that's not alcohol.
Yeah, I'm talking about warm British beer.
Yeah, that.
Move the camera.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, please move the camera.
It's hard to do 2
So-
things at once.
Micah, so are cockroaches.
He's got a point.
Malik, you wanted to say something?
I was gonna say, so do I get the alcohol or am I just flailing around?
You
In a
are
bag
you are
that's
currently
alcohol.
floating around in the bag. On
Yeah,
my
it's
sheet,
a pocket
the
space.
alcohol is in the other bag. You would now know.
Oh,
So you've already reached into an empty bag.
Well, not
Not
empty,
empty.
just didn't grab the thing you wanted because that's
Yep.
how bags of holding work.
Yeah, as you would lift it out, you would just see the still being preserved pelt of the creature.
Yeah, you reach in there, and you feel something squishy and fuzzy.
that's definitely not what I wanted. I take out my hand immediately.
Yep. You could go again. But
I would probably go again.
Round 2, let's go.
All right, roll that sleight of hand.
roll them
What are-
bones, baby.
What are the odds of a
That's
second?
a 12.
Ooh.
Roden, roll your 2 rolls. One for Dahlia, one for Quackers.
So you never gave me Quacker's stuff.
You've always had access to Sybil's Codex of Companions.
I thought we got the stat block for there.
Well, let's do
Really?
Dahlia's first. First one. Okay. She doesn't notice. Quackers.
Good job, Crap.
Quackers, I'm just gonna roll a d20. I don't know.
I'll try to find a.
Add +1 to this. Does he have advantage on this because he is actively watching, or?
Yeah.
All right.
So.
A 16.
A duck's with
Sending
his
17.
Oh, so a duck has +5 to perception.
Oh, 21.
Yeah, definitely.
So he is going to try to bite you and conquer blast you. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
I will send you the stat block again.
All right.
Wisdom saving throw.
So
18.
you're not scared, but he is trying to bite. So what is it, AJ?
Wait, hold on. Let me see the range of it. Everything within 15 feet.
Oh.
I,
Nope.
I assume right in
That would have been
Not
hilarious
Yogi.
if Yoji would have been the only one, and then suddenly he just goes, "Nope, gotta go."
I sense a disturbance in the force. Wait, wrong campaign.
All right.
How are we able to get through the wall?
It's just that
It-
mess, dude.
It just says,
Hockey permeates all barriers.
yeah, each creature within 15 feet. It does not say anything about walls being a barrier.
No. So what's his attack bonus?
So ducks get a -3 to hit
Okay.
and a single point of damage. -2.
Does it bite Dahlia instead?
No, Willie heals for 1 temp HP.
He bites you. It gets your entire hand. And you're like, "Oh no!" And as it comes off, you just see a band-aid on there.
Thank you. I'm just.
And
gonna
you
ask-
now have Broden. What could Malik have had grabbed?
Oh god.
It's your inventory.
1, 2.
These are the things they get up to when I don't give them a plot.
Yeah.
Never give your players a plot. These things, they'll get up to this stuff.
Roll me a
Entropy, man.
d30.
Oh god.
Yeah, because you're just gonna grab the first thing you get.
D30. How do you supposed to do that?
R/1d30.
Slash
slash-
R
I think.
1d20.
/R. I'm thinking of Reddit.
1d30.
24. Oh, that's an interesting one.
What do they grab?
You pull out a metal urn.
Oh no!
Attached to it, you see attached to it is a little piece of paper.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this just got interesting.
We found the plot, guys. We did it.
I was so hoping that was the number. I cannot believe you rolled it.
Alright, me being the asshole, I decide to read the piece of paper.
You open up the piece of paper. It seems to be a drawing of a sketch of a slightly older, stern-looking male fire genasi with a very beautiful small fire genasi woman next to him. They look very happy, but the fire genasi woman looks remarkably like Dahlia. Definitely not her, but it looks a lot like her.
I look down at Quackers. Okay, this was totally not my intention. Please do not tell her. And then I'm gonna put it back into the bag.
That's another sleight of hand.
That's another one, dude. Every time you're gonna go in and out.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay,
Whackers can
when
tie.
it counts.
No.
When it counts.
Whackers can still tie because he has a +5.
Oh yeah, true. But what would be the odds of a third nat 20, guys?
I don't know, Broden. Let's find out.
It'd be really funny.
It would be really
Nope.
fun. Ah.
17
Nice
best.
correct. 17. Okay, so you successfully put back the urn And I'll just say, it has been 5-ish minutes of Malik just doing this in the other room, you guys.
I feel like we're just taking a sip of the cheap beer every time we hear a quack.
Like none of you
There's-
want to go in there. You're like,
Yeah, no, we're happy to stay out here.
The duck would warn us if anything bad happened, right?
I feel like Malik would scream loud enough if something really bad happened.
When
You
have
know,
you ever heard me scream?
I don't. That's a good point, actually.
You're
My,
assuming that quackers would allow him to.
Thanks, Tiny Shoulder Malik. That's a good question. What have we ever heard you scream?
Quacker just comes up behind you with a chloroform rag.
I'm just gonna look at Quackers. Okay, I can't get the wine or the alcohol, so it's up to you to protect her from herself.
He quacks.
I do not want to risk this,
He quacks.
and I'm just gonna leave the room very quietly.
My alcoholism duck.
And then I go outside and see both of you guys are drinking. I'm like, oh god damn it.
Hey, Malik. How did the duck petting session go?
Oh my god, you two suck.
Malik going in there like, oh, I just need alcohol. Pulls out the one item that she looks at and goes, oh no.
Well,
Put that back there. Don't wake up, don't wake up, don't wake up.
Yeah,
Malik? Did you pet your duck? Well,
My duck.
I don't know. I feel like it's a collective thing, really.
I don't think
Like, we
Quackers
all
would be any of our
kinda.
ducks.
Except for Dahlia, maybe.
Quacker's is his duck.
Yeah,
He's his
Quackers
own
is
duck.
his own person.
His own duck.
Quacker's is a roommate.
I don't know if I'd classify him as a person, per se.
He whips out his driver's license.
He is a dependent.
I mean, what is a man? A featherless biped? He has feathers.
Nah, it's a miserable pile of secrets, and you don't know anything about him.
That's a good point. But I know he has feathers.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a duck. He has feathers. Of course he does.
Is he a duck?
Right?
Is he a duck?
Wait, depending on his weight, is he a witch?
That's a good point. We need to test that.
We are not testing it out right now.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna go test it, but we as a collective, somebody needs to do it.
I am not part of this we.
So, as Malik's coming back out of the room, Scrap sort of walks over to the table in front of you guys where you're drinking. So, based on the reaction of the last person I tried this experiment with, I'm going to ask this time. And he puts the mushroom down on the table. Does anyone want to try a mushroom?
He's learning.
Yeah.
Oh my
Character
god.
growth.
Is it dangerous?
That's part of the experiment.
Only if he gets caught.
Can I roll a survival or nature check to
I'm
identify
gonna
this?
pick it up.
I'll say this. Yoji, Scrap, who is this is his whole field, could not identify it, so I will say it is not possible.
Okay, fair.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna look at Scrap. For the sake of friendship. Sure.
I don't suggest eating the whole thing, it might kill you.
Oh well, I
That's a
wasn't
good
planning
point.
on to anyways.
They just take a single bite out of it. Should be enough.
I don't think.
Yeah, you
Are
just
we
puff
eat
plus
this
past
now?
the mushroom.
When you're talking about just taking a bite straight out of it, he just sort of puts a knife down on the table slowly and backs away.
I also
Whatever
have the knife.
Whatever.
Yes. Did we cook this?
You don't
That's
have
also
to.
part of the experiment.
I mean, I think our chef is passed out.
Did you wash it at least?
Y'all still need dinner too.
We don't need dinner.
The mushroom.
Okay.
She won't be out that long. Like, do you want me to roll to see how long?
Will you
Roll a
see-
d12, and that is the amount of hours you're asleep.
She had one bottle. Then again, she's a
Yes.
small ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
1 hour.
Hey,
Ah, you're just taking a quickie. You're just taking a quick refresh.
Alright.
When you ask if it's washed, he says, well, first you have to eat it, see if you have a reaction, then we wash it, see if you have a reaction again. If you still do, it wasn't something that was on it, and it was the mushroom itself.
Alright, I'm
That
taking.
is like the scientific method or something.
Alright, I'm taking a dagger and taking a small piece of it.
Okay, roll a con save, and I'll just tell you pass fail.
So you can choose to fail.
Yeah, you can choose to fail. Actually, no. With this,
I choose
also
to
you
fail.
cannot. You cannot.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense.
Dang it. The one time
Does
I wanted
nothing.
to fail.
Ah.
This is not a
dang it.
spell effect. This is just how does your body react to the mushroom.
I look at Scrap.
He's-
I don't see anything wrong.
He's nodding a bit as he's writing down some notes, but he does look a little disappointed.
Okay, now you wash it, and then Malik, you take another.
Or Flora eats it.
Oh
Ooh.
God.
I could try to
Whoa.
eat it. Why don't we all eat it?
Well,
Why don't we all do it?
well, Scrap's not eating it because he needs to take notes, but he would suggest that
How long
all
has
of
he
you
been-
try it.
I'll take a bite. I'll take a small slice of mushroom. Malik, pass me the knife.
The more people he can have try it, the more test subjects he has, and the better
Yes.
the
The confidence in the roll is gonna be.
Yeah.
well,
all right.
the better the what's the thing for having a group of people to test.
Dolly's gonna wake up, just come out and see all three of you just stoned on the couch with him taking notes.
Ripping
Oh,
balls.
you've
off
known these
your-
people for a month and you've been sleeping in the same place. You can't be this dangerous.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
we
she,
could do mushrooms together.
all I'm saying is, she comes out and sees it, she's definitely gonna consider about renting her own place soon.
Malik, do you give me the mushroom and the knife?
Yes.
All right. I'll do a con save. Damn it.
Yoji,
You have 2 more samples worth of mushroom.
man, these mushrooms, man, they're just regular portobello.
Yeah. What?
he looks over to Flora next.
Fuck it.
Oh, this sure is legally a mushroom.
God, I really hope it's high enough.
Unfortunately, you pass.
No.
You got 1 more if someone wants to go round 2.
Isn't there
I'll
something?
try it. I'll
isn't
try
there
it
a
one more
spell-
time.
No, no,
Okay.
Oh, I would just say, I recommend the person with the lowest con if you want this to work.
Oh God.
Alright.
Does that mean above game we need to talk about con
no,
scores?
No, that's just, you just say, no, we're just
Okay.
gonna say, the barbarian is definitely not the play here.
No.
But he still wants to eat the mushroom, so at the same time.
I have a plan.
Oh, between
Okay, what's
the
the
wizard and the rogue.
No.
Well,
I have a plan.
yeah, but I mean,
No, you do it.
you were
You
like
do
a
it.
soldier before. Surely you have your hardy constitution.
I
I mean,
do.
No,
yeah.
Flora, you do it. I have a plan.
Malik has abs of steel, so I mean,
You heard it, Flora. Malik
He has a plan. Okay. Fucking, let's go.
trust the Malik plan.
I cast
No!
silver orbs.
You get
Yes!
Yo! Best use of this spell ever! Roll again, disadvantage. Silver
Use
barbs.
Use silver barbs to make your party team crit balls.
Yes!
Yes!
You
Good
rolled below
lord.
15!
Oh, thank God.
So, I will let Toma describe her psychedelic hallucination.
Oh
I don't know
no.
what it does.
Yeah, this is your gimmick. You wanted this. We're gonna put you in the driver's seat.
He never thought this
Well,
far.
Based off the trees, I would imagine it'd be a good vibe unless something happens to change that.
Yeah, it's a good vibe as long as you're calm about it.
So I just imagine like it doesn't feel like anything's happening for a bit, and then like after a few minutes,
It just hits you.
it just starts to hit you, and you realize, wait a second, why are the colors on everything bleeding?
And Scrap is now 5 foot tall.
Big scrap.
Malik looks like a bugbear, and Yoji looks like a gnome.
I'm tiny.
No, I let you imagine that you look like a gnome, but you're still your regular size.
Oh God, that's horrifying. Large gnome.
Big gnome.
Oh no.
Trap sort of just waves his hand and running. You alright?
I think them trees were right.
Nature is great.
Nature feeling.
Protect the wildlife, man.
Yes. Does Flora react well to everyone having a sudden race change? These are drastic hallucinations.
drastic hallucinations, but I feel like she was prepared for that possibility.
Exactly.
We were
So I'm asking how
experimenting.
you react.
The real question is how long does it last?
Yeah.
Roll a d12.
It will
Oh my
last
God. Yeah, I
an
feel
hour.
like she would.
Because you did not eat a lot, it will last 1 hour.
Okay, so she would probably clearly show signs of being shocked at the drastic change, but like
I'm
the
just gonna
soldier
wait.
side of her kicks in, and she's just like, "Stay cool. It's fine."
I'm waving
Yoji,
my
I need
hand.
you to tell me I can leave Illyria if I want to.
I like how Scrap just completely jumped over the animal testing phase and went, "Nope, I'm trying to hunt people."
Ethics, what are those?
I mean,
As Dahlia wakes up, Flora is halfway through it, so Dahlia, do that what you will.
Just
Your head hurts.
asking questions and writing down notes.
You got
I'll just be describing everything.
How coherent is Flora in
Oh.
describing things?
Given how poor the save was, not very.
Why didn't I do this earlier? She grabs her sword and she casts Lesser Restoration on herself.
When you go to do the Harigiri belly cut, it phases through you and you just feel perfect.
That's much
Alright,
better.
better. That's
So
before
yeah,
dishonor.
she probably sounds even less coherent than like Derek and Chet did.
Yep.
Aw.
Kat, what languages do you speak?
What language do I speak?
No, Kat.
Oh.
What like hang on. Where
And I
Well,
know a
did
lot
put
of
that?
languages, damn.
She busts into Spanish.
start speaking Infernal.
Yeah. No, I want to see what languages I can choose from.
Oh, Common, Infernal, and Goblin.
Yeah, you start speaking Devil Tongue. Sounds
I'm
like you're speaking
translating.
Russian.
I'm translating.
Dahlia
you
walks
translating
out with
correct?
quackers in her arms.
Malik, are you translating correctly?
I have Infernal.
Yes, but are you deliberately saying the wrong
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, deliberately saying. No, I'm saying everything she says. So like, even if she doesn't
Okay.
make sense, I do not make sense as well.
You know, guys, we might be able to make some money if we can figure out a way to condense this and make it more potent.
And
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Kind of disappointed it didn't work on me.
Micah brings up a great quote from you.
I speak Asian. Dahlia walks out, looks at all you. What are you guys doing?
We're doing mushrooms.
Oh God, what does Dahlia look like?
We're getting high.
Dahlia looks like a giant, bright red Hydra.
Now,
Oh god, Floor, look, there's a
Magic
monster in our
missiles.
house.
AJ, I have to ask,
Yeah.
how does Quackers look?
Ooh.
Oh no!
Normal.
Normal.
That's even scarier.
Okay,
But
Flora's eyes
you
get
hear
wide when she
Quackers,
sees
Flora, speaking perfect English.
Oh my God.
Look straight at you.
You know you're on the right track, but you're not going to see it quite yet. I'm not that easy.
I am. I'm going to take a really deep breath as I see Dahlia and just remind myself.
And again, this is all from Flora's perspective. Quackers looks up at the Hydra. And Dahlia, I want to know, you only hear quacking, okay?
Oh yeah.
Well, Secretary, I'll take a Wall Street Journal and a 40. And I'll be in my office. As he just starts walking over to the couch.
I'm just gonna look at Flora. You can hear him too, right?
He hops up on the table, looks right at Flora, and just goes, "No one's perfect."
Right.
Oh my God. Y'all just see
Pardon me,
Flora,
I've broken character. Why?
she's having an epiphany. She looks like she's having an epiphany.
As
Staring
you're
at Quackers.
As you're looking at the duck, just,
Trying to make it
oh
worse.
god.
Go over.
Flora's
Here.
awakening the Tao.
And after half an hour, that is Flora's high, and you finally snapped back to normal.
No, Yoji becomes regular.
Just
Yoji.
look at Scrap. That is better than anything I
Good to
ever
know.
came across in the military. I'm just gonna.
Good to know. Don't touch the other ones until I can figure out how to make more. Can you start looking Dahlia over, or not Dahlia, Flora over a bit for like side effects? Start asking you
Medicine check.
questions. Yes. 15.
Okay, you and most of the room hear her stomach growling.
Hmm.
You hear her voice being a lot more raspy, and her left hand is shaking a little.
Okay, so probably got some dry mouth, hunger induction. We could probably make a bit of money trying to use this to get people to eat more.
This is a very extreme way to get people to eat more.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes there are actual people who have a problem developing an appetite, and this could help with that.
Like crap.
Dolly just
Boy,
kind of
God.
stares at the lucky cat on the thing.
It stares back.
That thing has less soul in it than Quacker's.
Its paw is just doing the motion.
Dahlia would probably also notice that all of the like pans and pots and stuff have been moved, and all of the ones that you're used to using are kind of just stacked up by the sink.
Scrap.
What?
Anyone, why are all the pans here?
Oh. I didn't even notice.
Sort of steps away from the other ones a little bit. Well, I feel like we.
Dahlia's not just gonna.
Elma.
Scrap. Did you put a flashbang into the cabinet?
I'd be bad to ask, did you flush them down the toilet?
He smirks a little bit. Dahlia, I feel like both of us did some things that we regretted the other day.
You tried to drug me.
I said both of us. You almost burned down the house and killed me.
That is fair.
And because I realized that I also did some things that I regret.
Like try to drug me.
Well, according to Flora, you would have enjoyed it. But that's
Just give a
besides
thumbs
the
up.
point.
Leans in
decided-
Yogi. I'm hungry.
You're lucky I didn't go to your sister about this.
You gonna let me finish or just keep interrupting me?
Kind
I'm
of just
slowly
gesture
leaving the
for you
room.
to continue.
It comes and goes.
So anyway, as my part of making up for what I did, since you seem to enjoy cooking so much, I got you new pots and pans and utensils. And because I don't know a whole lot about art, but I know a lot about luck, I got you that. And he points at the lucky cat.
She'll go and slowly open up the cabinet.
Yeah, there's like some really nice cooking utensils
Yeah.
and pots and pans in there.
Quite expensive looking too. Better than anything Dolly's ever had before. Even at home.
She kind of just sheepishly looks down.
And because I didn't know if the other ones had sentimental value, I just put them to the side for now.
She kind of walks over to you.
As you start walking over and that look on your face, he still does, just being himself, cross his arms and smirk at you, taking a little bit of enjoyment and you feeling bad now.
Yeah.
She just hugs you.
Just scrap
Aw.
consent.
He sort of just awkwardly pats your back because he's very short.
dog.
I'm sorry I tried to hurt you.
I probably deserved it, but you should probably thank my family for not encouraging me to get you back.
Oh, yeah, did you go to stay with your mom and dad after that?
Well, I wasn't exactly gonna stay here with you trying to kill me.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean, feel lucky. I was never actually gonna kill you. If it was Yoji, though, huh? One of those great plots out there would have been filled.
Now,
He sort of
Cat.
just looks down, his legs are dangling, because I assume you've sort of like stood up, but you're still hugging him. Can you
Yep.
put me down?
Oh, sorry.
Cat, you have a massive craving for, let's just say, food that is bad for you.
Here, I'll make dinner for everyone, alright?
Make it as greasy as you can.
Oh, I have just the book for it.
Oh, what book? Because I'm curious.
She is going to open the Narabani book, and because there is a very specific parts of Japanese food that is very, like, unhealthy. Like, it is clearly the part that is, like... you usually eat this on, like, rarer occasions when you're not trying to...
We making that tonkatsu?
Yeah. We're doing a lot of shit.
Burden, I will say, just out of inspiration on your 2 days, you had come across the bacon-wrapped grilled cheese.
She's going to attempt that.
Okay, cook's tools check.
Alright.
One with advantage because it's your home food. The other one standard because you've never made the bacon-wrapped grilled cheese.
First one. Oh, that was Painter's. Sorry. Let me redo that.
Fine.
14.
14, yeah.
Not bad. The other one, 7. The bacon one, she's like, I don't understand this, but like,
A little crispy.
huh? Yeah, I'm not as good as this as my mom is.
But you make a lot of serviceable food right off. Well, however many pounds do you think you would have spent right off?
She, seeing that people seem to be really hungry, she's gonna do quite a bit.
Okay.
Where would I find the thing for that?
We'll discuss it. You give me a poundage of food, okay?
Alright, she'll make, God, with 5 people, she'll make 5 pounds of food.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
That is a lot.
it is, but she's kind of just happy to kind of make up with scrap.
I feel like Scrub still has to give like half of his to Quackers because he's still small.
You notice Quackers
No.
eats it with no issue.
We're gonna cut to scrap. The body is round. The legs are not meant for movement.
That's the last thing Flora hears as it wears off.
But as you have a nice sleep, the next day comes, and you notice Terry is there, wearing what is essentially sunglasses and the medieval equivalent of a sweatsuit.
So, Broden, remember when I told you Dahlia was gonna feel terrible? This was why.
Yeah,
And then it was quiet.
yeah, you
Very
see a very roughed up looking Terry.
Guess what happened to Terry?
He went to training.
Oh,
They're kicking my ass in every conceivable way of that word.
Oh, do you think they can record it for us?
Well, like, they gotta break you down to build you back up.
I broke a rib!
Did
Oh.
they heal it?
literally break you down then.
Yes, and I was there a day!
Do you want me to heal you?
They
They
already
said,
healed it.
yeah, they said if you heal it too much, then it's too soft.
Oh.
Fighter.
As he takes off his sunglasses, he has a massive black eye, too.
Oh.
I just sort of looked over. You're the one that wanted to get training.
Yeah, I thought it was, let's sit down and swing a weapon around, not, well, here's a stick, get the shit beaten out of you.
Well, this is
Oh.
how you learn to take a punch and then give one back.
They're putting you through that one. Oof.
He looks you dead in the eye. I'm boxing a Goliath.
Well, now anyone smaller than the black will be intimidated.
He just showed up in the hallway and shouted, training begins now.
Yeah, Scrub's response to that. Well, I guess that means you won't be intimidated by anyone smaller than a Goliath.
That
No,
is true. Builds character.
no, I will not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm on the clock. As he just leans back in his chair, putting his sunglasses back on.
Honestly, that's great motivation. Think about it. Literally, you get hit by anyone, you can just be like, man, you do not hit as hard as that Goliath did.
Good point.
There's a certain Luxodon there teaching grappling.
You'll have to learn it.
They needed an expert. But as you start your day, the male pseudo dragon comes to the window. Usually Terry takes care of this, but he's recovering.
I guess Dolly will open the thing for the letters and hand the coin over.
How much do you tip the pseudo dragon?
I'll tip him 2 silver.
As you get 2 envelopes and a small pouch.
Huh. Mail's here.
And yes, the pseudo dragon did have a little mail sack.
Aww.
Dolly just gives it a polite bow and says thank you.
It is a purple and yellow pseudo dragon.
It's adorable.
Is it gonna be the same pseudo dragon every time, or just switch out?
I don't know. Do you have the same mailman every day?
Usually.
I don't know. I leave too early in the morning.
Usually mailmen have a certain area that's their area.
Yeah.
Then yes, like I said, I'm not quite sure as I leave too early in the mornings.
You probably have 1 or 2, yeah. 1 or 2 mailmen. They probably alternate, but yeah.
But yeah, Flora, you had some dreams. We'll call it. We'll call them reliving some memories with some random details that were different. But you feel after that mushroom, you feel like mentally just aware. You are in the moment. All your baggage is gone for the day.
Flora's woke.
Whoa.
You got cleansed, sweetie.
The micro.
So do with that information what you will.
Oh no.
So Dolly, do you open the mail or do you wait for other people?
I mean, I wouldn't open it if it's not her mail. She's
It's,
seen if
it's mailed. It's mailed to the building.
Oh, then
Yeah.
she'll come up to everyone and be like, "We got mail."
From who?
Does it say?
We have one from the Wandering Sun Merchant Company,
Okay, we got one from.
and one very official-looking letter with a big old wax seal, addressed by Grand Legate Seraphina Palladium.
That's a name.
Kat, you would know that is the supreme commander of the Varisian Legion. Like,
Title.
that is number 1 on a rank board.
Oh.
Only Flora would know this, though.
A really long title.
Oh my god. I'm gonna point that out and be like, that's probably really important.
It's a decent sized envelope too.
Oh,
There is
no.
something solid inside.
Oh, it's even worse.
It's a bomb.
Oh,
Here,
Is
let me
Flora-
just, here, let me just see what's in it.
Is
You open
Flora's
it?
hand still shaking?
No, Flora is just the most aware and relaxed you've ever seen her.
Dolly will say the names though and be like, "Yep."
Which would like to open first?
they want?
Let's open the one that's not so official first.
Okay, from the Wandering Sun, still pretty official. You know that they're one of the bigger, not the biggest, merchant companies around.
Yeah.
They're thanking you for figuring out what happened to their courier. Attached is a sack of 30 gold pieces as reward.
Oh, that's nice of them.
And an offer, since evidently the woods are growing dangerous, if you are willing to do a delivery to All Root Village.
Dolly will split the.
Oh yeah, there's a third letter now that Yoji's here. Actually, this is from well, this is from a couple days ago, but now that Yoji is here, now that we can actually read it.
Everyone put down 6 gold.
Okay.
What? What for?
The 30 we got.
Oh, for the pay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were taking bets on the mail for some reason. I
No,
don't know
no,
why.
no, no,
Okay,
no, no.
put it down. Oh, we're getting evicted.
No, see, Yoji would actually be like, wait, I thought are we putting bets on the mail? And Scrum would be like, we are now.
I don't
Flora would
care the
actually give
term.
them-
Deal me in.
I don't feel like that's mine.
You helped find a body. I mean, any money you don't think you want, you can always keep at home and, i.e., reinvest into the business.
I didn't realize we were talking about that. I thought that was from before I showed
No,
up.
that is
No.
from. Remember when you first met Brianna? She was turning the guy into a pig.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
that guy.
We realized, oh, that's one of. Ooh.
Yeah. So if you'd like to keep the money, or if you'd like to put it back into the business, up to you.
I got spells to buy you.
Yeah, you can keep the 6 then. I'll give my 6 to Flora just in case. Whatever little bit adds up. I don't.
Well,
I
everyone
don't think I help with that one. So. Well, no, I'm saying I'll give my 6 to Flora, like because they probably need it more.
That's nice of you.
That's
Yeah.
extremely nice. Yes.
I mean, I don't believe I help with the job, so it's only right that it goes to one of you
What?
or to the
You
business.
weren't there. I mean, it wasn't
merchant.
much of a job. If you remember when you first, found the dragon lady, she was already in the middle of turning a guy into a boar. You found that guy's
It
body.
was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I completely forgot. I'll still give it to Flora. It's fine. I've got money, so it's fine.
There.
No,
He's a
I'm gonna
barbarian.
hesitate because I don't.
Money.
I am a barbarian. I
Money.
don't really need a ton of money. Yoji doesn't value money quite the same way everyone else does. I think that's been established by now.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember the quote. What is a bank?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop at the bank soon.
I would
I'm
just
not
look at
with
the money. If you guys don't want the money, we could invest in putting an alarm spell on the door. Or an arcane lock. An arcane lock would probably be better.
Because, he has very good hearing. Evidently, I'm gonna need my own weapons.
Also, we have to probably. Actually, should we put that 30 into paying our new security?
We probably should.
That is an option. One of them will not be cheap.
I ask that you put us a price per week and not per day, please.
I was gonna do it per month, but okay.
I'm fine with
No,
that too.
per
The
month.
longer, the better.
Oh yeah. So I will say, because of the details, I promised to tell you, the red brand is gonna charge you 4 gold a month because he is a former champion and all that. He's
Fair.
kind of the best one there. Bertram Everfang would only like 2 gold a month because he's a hunter first and foremost. Being strong is just sort of genetics kicking in.
Dahlia will pay for their thing for the month since she accidentally not accidentally, but nearly accidentally burnt down the house that they were
Okay.
supposed to.
Yeah,
go.
no. Yeah, they will be here from opening to close every day, except for the one weekend a week.
Do they alternate weekends?
Well, no, that's the one day nobody works.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, but they will all go every other day, basically. To put it in real world terms, they're gonna alternate Fridays.
Okay.
Next is we have a letter from a couple days ago for Yoji, but you weren't feeling too good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best soup voice. This is soup. Here is a general design for your suit. Please make any comments and alterations known to soup before he starts. Enclosed in this envelope is 3 different fabrics. Please pick from one to be the main fabric, and inside is 3 squares of cotton, linen, and silk. And I'm going to post you a picture of your suit.
Oh.
This is his proposed design.
Is that in the general?
It will be in Far and Wide,
Oh, well, either way.
and that is my best soup impression.
Suit.
It was pretty
Soup,
similar.
Soup.
Can you imagine your entire group is getting killed, and then when you look over and see who's killing everyone, it's just this guy in a suit with a big stick.
If I had a nickel for every time I've played a suit-wearing barbarian, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it is weird that it's happened more than once.
To be fair, in our last campaign, Broad and I each, being the 2 frontline fighters, got suits enchanted so if they break, they would self-repair.
And they were like top of the line quality suits.
Yeah, because we had tons of money to blow. I was always covered in spikes and on fire, so it was necessary.
And I was the mafia, so you kind of just.
He was
rolled
wide.
it.
I was just there to have a good time.
And do you open the more important looking letter?
Yeah, I mean, we may as well.
Who does?
Dahlia's the one who got it, right?
Unless someone took it from Dahlia.
I can open it.
Iris the apple.
Hands it over to Malik.
Oot.
Uh,
Inside, the letter is acknowledging your efforts in finding the whereabouts of the green ghosts, as they basically went AWOL and couldn't find them. They thank you for the map to their location, express that if you want to go after them, I mean, that's your bag and we're not going to stop you. But in 2 weeks' time, we're going to be sending a detachment to put them to the sword.
Yo, we just called the army on the army.
Oh yeah, in Cat, Floor would know. Just from desertion, these people are quite literally going to be put on a cross.
Oh.
It is going to be some of the worst shit you can think of.
So maybe in mercy we go and take care of him.
Yeah,
We're gonna slap his nuts.
it almost would be.
We would be doing them a favor if we killed them first.
Yes.
Bob sounds
And,
like we're not going to kill him then.
And in it is a little medal of a silver lion. Cat, you would know this is called the Pride Medallion, which is for extraordinary service by a civilian to the army. And it is addressed to whoever drew the map to find their location.
Oh. Well, it was Malik
those
and
joint
Scrap.
effort.
Yeah.
That's why this is going to be left to you. They don't know your names. It's just, whoever gave us the map to tell us where they are. Here you go.
I memorized the information.
We could just.
Why don't you guys? I mean, why don't you guys just like mount it up on a wall, like you know, like a trophy? Oh, we could get like a trophy like case.
We should really get one of those.
Yeah.
By the way, the second that Floor is like, oh, us killing them would be a mercy, Script's like, well, I guess we're not killing them then.
Oh, by the way, speaking about trophies, we really need to get this. And she pulls out the pelts of the green beast.
If I had to give the smell a sound effect, we
need to get this to somebody real quick. It's been in the bag of cooling, but like,
it can only do so much.
Malik's hands just start shaking as he remembers when he touched that thing.
Are you okay?
The squelching. It still rings in your elven ears.
It smells horrible. We should really get that cleaned.
Yeah, probably get it to a professional for it.
Oh, just something I wanted to put in perspective. As far as power level for a Grand Legate, we're already going above level 20 into epic levels.
For the main guy?
Grand Legate Seraphina Palladium.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the one guy who was in charge of that particular group, because
no,
he was like really high level.
He is high level, but yeah. No, this is going into epic levels. Think Hercules, but without the crazy.
Would it? So when you say high levels, and it would be absolutely stupid of us to try to face this man, or?
If you, as you are now, were to fight him, you'd want to probably put yourself in an advantageous situation, gimmick the shit out of him, and take away his gimmick.
So not someone we really want to mess with right now.
No, not
That's
right
something you'd
now.
love to, but it's very, very possible.
Okay.
Again, he won't instantly kill you, but it's just, you're gonna wanna Batman this.
I mean, frankly, I don't care if we take care of him or this little exposition army comes to take care of him. As long as they're gone.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks, they're gonna be found and crossed.
But there is one issue with that. What if that army tries to trug through the dragon sanctuary?
You can always send a letter back, too. There is a return address.
We should probably do that just to tell them to avoid this area.
Probably a good idea. We don't want them starting another war.
Yeah. And that dragon lady is real nice, too. So.
To whom?
Yeah.
She was great to me.
She was polite enough.
Now, I'll leave this discussion to you guys, as I have to be right back. My throat is drier than a desert. I need water.
I've been eating hot fries with chopsticks.
I Okay.
Nice.
Is that to keep your fingers clean, or are you just trying to be different?
It's keeping my fingers clean.
I
Then I
also do that
support that.
sometimes.
I don't want to be touching my keyboard and stuff with hot fry fingers, so I've just been using the chopsticks to do it.
I can't stand hot fries.
They're like my favorite chip. I went to a Walmart like a day ago and I saw them and immediately grabbed them. They were just like out on a random shelf. They weren't even in their proper position, which is annoying because they're never in their proper position when I go to look for them.
Yeah, preaching to the choir on that one, man. Yeah, I say we send a letter back. Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
we
a good
probably
idea.
warn them about that.
Yeah.
Does feel kind of wrong having to treat them this way, though. I mean, the commander did help us at the temple.
Yeah, but they also were kind of a dick beforehand.
I guess they have been harassing people, robbing them. They're not exactly good either.
Yeah, no.
They treated me like crap. I say let them suffer.
I don't know. Flora, what do you think? This is your people. Or group. Or whatever.
They used to be, but I don't like deserters.
That's fair.
Well, at least that means you're not a deserter, right?
No, retired.
They should have just all retired.
Well, I say... By the way, Flora, Malik... I don't remember much what happened yesterday after we were starting to walk towards the one group.
Roden, I'll tell you, you have a faint memory of pancakes. That is,
I remember pancakes.
you don't know if you ate them, if you smelled them, but you know they were in the memory.
Did we go somewhere, or...
Did you take my drunk ass to IHOP?
Unfortunately, no. We went to the Resolute Fellowship Woodsman Guild. Wait, what?
There you go.
Huh.
I wrote that. I don't even remember me writing that.
Did we succeed, or...
Oh yeah, we promised that. Oh, well, we said we're gonna show up today to take him to meet Brianna.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright. What time is it?
It's still quite early. Y'all just got up.
Alright.
Well,
So-
I wake
Well-
up late.
I don't know when each of your characters gets up. That's a you question. Cat is an early riser, so Cat has been up.
Dahlia is gonna get up because I think we said that we were gonna take a 2-week break, but we never actually did.
Correct. That's what you said.
So Dahlia, until it's time, because I'm sure we probably scheduled it for like afternoon we'll leave
For what?
to start heading out towards the one lady.
Oh yeah. I don't know when you schedule it, but you just say towards tomorrow afternoon.
If it's early morning, Dahlia's gonna head to her armor lessons because she's
Okay.
paid quite heavily twice for both of them.
Yes. Now you may either roll. Let me roll my teaching check
Remember, it should be.
publicly.
Well, hang on. She both used her favor and her money for this, so.
Yes. But you learning is up to you. So because of that, you may either roll wisdom or dexterity to learn this. Okay.
Okay.
You need to beat an 8.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna use my
That-
reroll.
Yeah, you still have one of those from a while ago.
Yep. Okay.
Better! You've now filled your clock. That's just one day.
Okay, how many on that clock?
I believe you bargained me down to a 12.
Okay.
Y'all out here using terms from other games.
It's a really good system.
I'm
No,
not arguing with you.
No, the second when he introduced me to Blades in the Dark, it's like, oh, you start a clock and you're gonna make actual progress, rather than did I do it yet?
Yeah,
It's so good to have
I
that.
like this system.
Yeah, the tangible system of having a clock is so good.
Alright.
Though usually in that game, it's a lot more of, okay, this thing's happening, get it done before it finishes.
Yep.
Yep.
She is going to, before heading out, just come back, kind of shower real quick, and get ready.
Yeah, you had quite the good workout. They pretty
Actually, she will also write a letter real quick to her grandfather.
Okay, you can feel free to compose that after game or whenever you want. Send that to me, and then I'll make up something back. Okay.
Alright.
I guess since no one's actually done it, Scrub will write a letter to the army to inform them to avoid the certain area.
Very smart. Excuse me. Yeah, for your training, they pretty much put you in weighted scale mail. And just kind of had you run through an obstacle course, because if you can move well in this, you can move well in regular medium armor. You know, getting you used to the weight. Never before, Broden, have you jingled so much.
No, it's scale mail. You're just like, is this what scrap feels like all the time?
Puts on the scale mail. I want to blow something up.
It's just the Peter thing. Lights go out. Is this what black people see all the time?
Whoa!
Whoa.
It's from Family Guy. they made the joke. Fuck off.
Does that make it better, though?
Can't be worse. They didn't get canceled for it. No one even
Yeah,
batted a fucking eye at it.
I don't know. I laughed at it.
The Crimson Chin. Hold on. What did the Crimson Chin from the 90s get canceled for?
The nega chin.
No,
Yeah.
not when they said that word. Do you remember when they summoned like the Crimson Chins for a bunch of different time periods? And he's like, you can call it me and me, not me. I got canceled.
Yeah, because even for a joke like that, it's still like, of all the jokes you could make, that one's so mild in reality. Either way.
Yeah.
I think this joke is what blind people see all the time.
I don't know. I sorry guys. I'll pull up Family Guy funny moment 697. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the source.
Okay, you go do that, sport.
All right.
So what did you say you wanted to do after your workout?
She's writing a letter to her grandfather and shower.
Okay. Anything? I meant after that, unless you find folks had something you'd like to do.
I mean, if she has more time, she's gonna go out and grab some of her art pieces and try selling.
I more meant the rest of the party.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could try to finish up my Arcana lessons, but I don't remember how far I've gotten.
What were these lessons again? Because the clocks are on you to keep track of.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my notes for them, that's why.
Okay.
Come back to me later.
Okay. Flora, Yoji, would you like to do anything for your morning?
Did I miss something about clocks when I went to go start my
No.
son's dinner?
So whenever you want to do a task that is not like right in the moment, anything that would take long term, I set a clock for you with a certain amount of segments that need to be you must pass to complete, and essentially that's how all things get done that aren't directly in the moment. Unless you say you want one, there are no clocks on you. I stole it directly from Blades in the Dark. You do have that brewing supplies. If you want to do anything.
I do want to get started on that.
Okay, tell me what you're trying to make, and we'll talk about it.
I believe you gave me the resources for,
You have hops, malt, wheat, apples, and 3 medium-sized barrels. Sadly, the grapes aren't in season.
Yeah. That's right. I was gonna try to do an apple beer, an apple ale.
Okay. So, just see how well you get it started, I need a brewer's tool check.
Oh,
I would-
man.
I would like to assist with this, but it's just Scrap arguing with the science of the things that you have to add in versus Flora doing the art of them brewing.
Because you are a chemist, I will allow it. Now I will allow Cat to roll Bruce rules with wisdom or intelligence.
Scrap's over here trying to give you exact values, and Flora's just like, no, it's a feeling. You know when you've got the right amount.
Yeah. I haven't used tools in Roll20 yet, so.
So you click them, it should say query attribute right next to it,
Yes.
and then it'll give you like a drop down menu, and you just select which one you want to use. So for this, you can use either wisdom or intelligence.
Well, we know what we're doing there.
Charisma?
Right.
Intelligence. At advantage.
Yes, because you are being assisted by an angry little kobold.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, your first barrel is successful. As you are peeling and slicing up the apples, Scrap is just sort of working out the math, all beautiful mind style. And you bring Yoji to help you carry a very large barrel full of water all the way down to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
I find it hard to believe that Scrap hasn't tried to work out how to get us thing down there.
Never. If you don't tell me you're trying to do it, you
Well,
never do it.
Seeing
That
the
would
barrel
be-
get carried down, Scrap would like to start
Yeah.
doing that.
I think I would talk to Scrap about maybe we could a few extra things down here.
Get a hose. Okay, you have one barrel full of essentially squished up apple bits, yeast,
Mhm.
wheat, and water. Do you add any of your other ingredients to it? Obviously, in the apples have the natural yeast on the skin and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think that's it.
Okay, I mean, you've made alcohol in real life, so this is something where you can just dive into your special knowledge.
Well, then I probably would have gone out and tried to track down some malt.
Oh, that came in your kit.
It came in the kit? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
The big man don't play around.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like he gave me everything I needed then. Scrap, you have utensils for like boiling and whatnot down here?
Points to chemistry set.
Returns to chemistry set, looks at barrel. Of what size?
Well, we could do it in batches if we had to. But it really is better to boil it down for a good while before allowing it to ferment.
Oh, Scrap, I will say, just for the sake of it, you could have gotten a really big pot with your buying of other cookware. No,
Maybe
different stuff.
upstairs.
It would be all the way upstairs. And you guys do have a stove, so yeah, you can
Yeah.
boil it down.
He sort of looks over at your batch of alcohol and he's like, you don't usually work in this amount of volume.
It's fair. Yeah. Figure something out then.
So now, Kat, you will have to keep track for this to fully become palatable alcohol.
Mhm.
You will need this will be a 2 week of in-game time, so you need to keep track of days passing.
Okay. What's today?
Today, let me pull up fantasycalendars.com, not sponsored. Unless.
Unless they want to, you know.
I use them too for my calendar.
Let's see. Given the days. It is the 21st of the forest moon right now. I think. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, that is incorrect. It is the 27th. 27th of the Forest Moon.
Sweet. All right.
And so you have that going. It is a group effort between you all. Malik, did you find what you wanted to, or are we going to move past that now?
Probably move past it. I couldn't find it all.
Yes, Dahlia walks in from a shower. Terry has to go back to training. And you just see them fuddling around in the kitchen, cleaning up making alcohol.
For a second there, I thought you were about to say making out, and I'm like,
Making plans.
Oh, started the brew. Okay, I guess so.
Sorry, I
Just
just
walks away.
Good talk, quackers.
Just kind of looks at you and goes, all right.
Fuck me, I guess.
He just starts whistling as he walks away, like, I guess I see how it is.
Yeah, we're getting it going. This is the best and worst part all at the same time. Now we just wait. Let it do its thing.
But it'll taste so good when it's done.
We are not eating it. We are selling it.
Wait, what?
I am going to eat this liquid.
Don't worry, Yoji. We'll get a taste. We'll keep just a little
Okay.
bit.
We
You
have
know,
to sample
celebrate.
it first. I mean, make sure it came out right. You know, I mean.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Full of alcoholics, and I'm so concerned about everyone.
I am not an alcoholic.
Yes, you,
Cyrus isn't an alcoholic.
Listen, I just know
could
how to make
swap.
alcohol. It's a hobby.
you were just drinking yesterday.
I was encouraged.
Both of you guys were. Three of you guys were drinking.
I was in emotional stress.
And it helped, didn't it? Right?
I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't remember much after.
Oh my
Exactly.
Look at this house. We got drinking, drugs, violence,
Drugs,
birds,
sex, and rock and roll. Let's go.
Yeah, all we're missing is some rock and roll. We already have explosives. and thievery.
We're the good guys, right?
I will never make you put that label on yourself. You can be whatever you want.
I mean, we were just talking about selling drugs like yesterday.
These drugs will help people, Malik. Though that's the thing.
But I think that's a matter of perspective, really.
These
Yeah,
drugs will help people blink, and then Scrap pipes up. At least that's what we'll tell people.
Look,
Now the question is, what does Scrap charge for the first taste?
To be decided.
But Micah, there's only 5 of them. Are the other 2 the duck? Because if so, Dahlia's wrath.
I'm assuming we're gonna be home for a few days.
You got 2 weeks of time, but
Okay.
you still have to talk to a dragon lady.
Yeah, we have at least spent 2 days going out to her
Oh,
and
right,
talking to
yeah,
and just kind of
okay.
finalizing that.
Yeah, we need to do that. Okay, so then after that, that's when I would do the thing. Got it.
Oh, you wouldn't do it just to... You mean the brewer thing that we just did?
No, I would
Oh.
start it beforehand. I was just thinking, pulling off of my knowledge here, after the first 24, 48 if I have to, because I'll be gone. Want to come in and make sure that everything actually started. You know,
You can always give
checking for the
chores-
bubbles.
You can always give chores to Terry, but keep in mind, he is completely unskilled.
Yeah, no, don't touch it, Terry.
You also have a bag of holding.
I'm not putting a whole barrel of alcohol in a bag of holding.
You've done it before. But do you all go on this grand adventure through the forest, or does anyone stay home?
I'll go to the forest.
I think we're all going.
Okay.
Nah, Scrap's gonna stay at home and just monitor stuff.
No, the one she wanted to see. So, as you are walking outside...
But AJ, I live to disappoint.
You do. As you are walking outside, Malik, roll perception for me.
No, that's not good. Where's my perception? I cannot read. There you go. That's a nat 20.
Hey, yeah, that's a nat 20.
You have like nat
Holy.
20 3 times this session.
And, then
And
when we
none
get
of
to
them have
combat,
mattered.
and when we get to combat, that's when I fail.
Yeah.
You see a guy in a trench coat literally doing the "you want to buy a knife?"
This is the least suspicious guy I've seen.
He's a black-scaled kobold. You want to buy a knife?
Is it a
Well-
special knife?
Yeah, what can I say? This is top-grade weaponry that we can't even sell in most stores.
Can I insight check him?
You can do whatever you want.
I would like to insight check him.
Okay.
That's a
Gosh,
22.
damn.
Oh, beats the hell out of my 6. So, given your... Wait, did just you come over, or did you bring the peanut gallery?
Does the peanut gallery want to come over and be super
Does the knife
suspicious about this?
I mean, Yoji and Malik adventure.
I mean,
Oh, that-
Dahlia's practicing what she's gonna try to negotiate, like talking to the people, writing up their terms and everything. So no.
Laura?
I'd probably be working with Dahlia on figuring that
Okay,
stuff out,
someone-
helping refresh her memory about the things that we learned from
Okay, so Malik and Yoji adventure. We can do that.
Yeah.
So, you gather that this is a weapon. This is a close thing we got to a black market arms dealer, given your criminal history. Well, look at it. You're a rascal type. This should be perfectly up your alley. As he holds out a pure obsidian dagger.
What makes this different from a normal dagger?
Well, when they're not aware of you, it's gonna, let's just say it'll splinter and cut deep. Above game. It'll involve your sneak attack.
Ah,
I'm glad Scrap ain't here. Well, no, because there are things you could roll to learn things. These people cannot.
yeah, I know. The two least non-magical.
No, even all 4 of you. There would be no way you would know that. Could ever know this information.
Aw.
Maybe you guys can tell him about it later and see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How much is the dagger?
Tell you what, strapping lad like yourself, big old purse on your hip, seems you come into quite a bit of money and you got that nice house. Here, I'll let you borrow it for the week.
I knew a lot of
Shady.
information just by looking at you.
But don't worry,
not
don't
wrong.
worry. We'll get it back at the end of the week, but you can pay up front for about, oh, I like you, kid,
It's a loan
500
shark.
gold pieces.
500? No way.
500 if you want to pay right now.
How much is it for a week?
Well, I'll let you just borrow it for a week.
Oh, look at that. Ain't that nice?
But they'll get it back, believe you him.
You either give it back willfully, or
I don't think I want to fight the black market right now, TBH.
You don't have to fight it. You can literally just borrow it for a week.
Well, I'll borrow it.
As he hands it to you using just his claws. He hands you the blade.
Oh no.
Keep in mind, nobody fools the Nightjade Company. We're the best blacksmiths in the world.
The Nightjade Company.
That's a cool name.
Either way, bye, Mr. Al Saif.
Oh, let's go.
You guys get that in the newspaper.
Yes. I'm gonna pocket the dagger and look around to see if anyone noticed. Oh, other than Yoji, of course.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Oh, and you don't know identify. Funny. Actually, oh, this is an attunement item. Fun.
Oh, my first attunement item.
The
Fun.
first attunement item. You gonna spend the hour, big guy?
I imagine first attunement item besides our
Yeah,
weapons. Okay.
ancestral
Sure.
weapons.
Well, your ancestral weapons aren't attunement.
Really?
Nope, but they do only work for you.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
soul thing.
That makes a lot of sense.
They're not attuned, they're soul-bound.
Yep. But so are you going to attune to it? I just have to.
I probably can't attune while walking, I assume.
Can you not?
I
I
think
thought you need to take a break.
I think it just takes an hour to do. I think
tell
it
me?
just
You would have
specifies-
to concentrate for an hour. I don't
Yeah.
think it's something you can do without like resting, but you can literally sit in the car on our way out and just for an hour just focus
On the
it.
car. Let's go.
Are you guys renting a cart?
I mean, I'd imagine the other group probably brought something.
Well, it's over an hour to walk there. That's the thing.
Oh, it's only an hour?
No, it's over an hour to walk to their house.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll if I knew that, then I'll just stay in the house and wait for you guys to come back while I tune.
I mean, okay, who's all going?
I think everybody but Scrap.
How
Yeah.
much would it be to just rent horses?
Just to get there?
No, to rent horses just to ride out to get there quicker.
Yeah. Do you want to rent a horse, or do you just want to basically take a ride?
Whichever's faster.
Probably taking a ride because I don't know how many of you actually know how to ride a horse. Yeah, it would cost you at most like 5 copper. Take an Uber essentially.
To their house and to the one lady, because that's what I was talking
Oh,
about.
no, that's a
riding
multi-day
out
journey.
to her was the big thing.
Oh no, that's a multi-day. That'd be a decent journey, especially because that's bringing more strangers.
We might have to rent horses then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
you can.
Horses would
It'll-
drastically cut down the time it would take.
Yes, it would.
Mhm.
I will say that's about 5 silver per person per day.
How long do you think it would take us for days in total?
With no, I'd say about a day and a half.
All right, so
So charge wise, they're gonna round up.
Dahlia will run for 3 days, and just in case.
Okay.
5 silver for.
Per day, and it'll take you the whole trip there back plus negotiation would take you a day and a half.
I'd imagine the other group has plenty of money where they could just have their own or rent out a horse as well.
He has a donkey.
Can a donkey
He's a
keep up?
halfling.
Can they keep up with a riding horse? Halflings
Not
can
if they
ride
gallop.
horses.
Yes, it's more getting up there. He's also an old man.
Either way.
Yeah.
Can you
I
not
will
ride
also
with one
rent
of
one
us?
for 3 days.
What was that, Malik?
Can you not ride with one of us since he's a halfling?
Yeah, sure, he's a halfling. Yeah, you
he,
can.
he can ride with Dahlia. They're both small.
Yeah, he's a halfling. That's fine. To the horse, you guys are like a hat.
I can rent my own horse as well.
Okay, as you take Old Willow out there, oh, who's the big one?
Oh, Yoji?
You look like a lumberjack, son.
I have cut a few trees in my day. Pretty small ones, though.
If you're ever looking for a change of scenery.
I
But
could go with
okay,
that.
who's gonna help me up?
Yoji, here, pick him up and he can ride with me.
Okay. I'll pick him up
Yogi,
and
you see this man carries an axe with an adamantine blade and a handle of knotted black wood.
That's a fancy axe.
Oh, old Betty, I made her myself. Had to go knee deep into the Feywild for this wood, which, well, for me, that's not very deep.
Do you think I could go to the Feywild and get wood like that?
Yeah, it's a matter of coming back.
Oh. Wait, what is the Feywild exactly again?
It's a realm of annoying nature spirits. With a lot of
I've read it.
questions that I learned you must answer carefully, or dumb things will happen.
Careful is definitely not our middle name, so we should not go.
We could just bring Dahlia. She's a good talker. I'm sure she could figure it out.
Unless they drug her.
Why would they drug her? We didn't even bring that up yet.
I mean,
If anything, I'm more afraid of Scrap doing that than nature spirits.
oh come on.
You'll be surprised.
I wasn't that scary.
What even happened actually while you were trying? I don't think anyone ever told me what actually happened to you. It was kind of just implied violence.
Well, you saw those large scorch marks?
Yeah, I saw those.
And you know what I did to those goblins from the one camp?
She
know,
melted them.
all that time away? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
You did
may
that-
have tried to do that to Scrap after he tried
Oh.
to drug me.
Well,
So don't try to do that.
what friends haven't tried attempted murder on each other, right? I mean,
I never would have killed him.
thinks back to the blast marks on the floor.
There's a big butt
Right.
in there. I can hear it.
Right. Anyway,
We should
I'm gonna
go.
help him up.
Dahlia's staring straight ahead as Quackers just looks at you guys out of her bag.
I am going to avoid that moment.
And I'm gonna need anyone who's not proficient in land vehicles. We need to make animal handling, by the way.
Dahlia's
Wait,
proficient.
what?
You heard me.
Animal handling.
Unless you're proficient in land vehicles.
Oh,
How
dang.
would you even? Okay.
What skill was it again that we need to make?
Animal handle.
Okay.
18.
There we go.
14
bad.
for me.
Hey, see, you guys are all doing fine. Don't be scared. Tolman was just telling me what he's doing, and I have to respond.
That's fine. I already sent you the letter, by the way.
Yes, I saw that, and I'll read it later.
Alright, cool.
As you get to the forest, it's getting a little dense, and you actually can hear animals.
Hey,
Holy
they're coming
shit.
back.
Not a lot, but some things are alive in there. There's some squirrels and some birds and such.
Nature is healing, guys.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
No
As
problem,
a-
Dahlia.
Willow-
No. Kill them.
Old Willow will just point some of the bigger trees, and be like, "Well, that one needs to go, and that one needs to go, and this needs to go." See, if you don't thin them out, he points to the ground right under the trees. Notice there's not a lot of other plant life. It stops the sunlight, which stops the undergrowth, which means the soil don't retain water, and that's how we get a landslide.
You know, I think she might like you.
I've been doing this for 80 years, kiddo.
Well, that, and it just seems like you actually,
I'm
you
a
know, care
criminal.
for the nature.
Someone's got to. If I don't, I'm out of a job.
It makes a good point.
Yeah, she'll like you.
As I'm just gonna drag you to her grotto because I still have the map. We're gonna use it. Get out of here, Scrap.
Scrap, when did you get here?
You see a loud pop.
Dahlia will approach.
Oh, the people. Fine, I guess.
Hi, Brianna. How are you today?
Well, I woke up and everyone else still existed, so I could be better.
That's fair. This, what was his name?
His name is either Old Willow or Andrew Dewdrop, either or.
Just call him Dewdrop.
This is
Back to
Dewdrop.
left.
He wanted to discuss with you. We didn't want to bring too many people, but we just wanted to see if you and him could discuss things for about the nature preserve. he just wants to make sure if you would be okay if him and his group kind of came in here once in a while and kind of got rid of some of the trees that were kind of preventing other plant life from growing. You know, trying to prune the forest to make sure that, you know, the plant life lives better.
Yes, periodic thinning.
Yes. Sorry, I'm fairly new to it.
It is fine, it is fine. It is not your concern. As they will actually go into a very long conversation about, like, okay, here's the line of demarcation on the map. You can cut trees from here on out as long as you are replanting them. And literally, it is almost half a day's worth of discussing chopping down trees.
Dahlia will, I imagine this is probably no longer here, the little horse pile and everything.
Yeah, it's not there, but that's literally just, that's not a token, that's just part of the map.
Yeah, I know. She'll just kind of sit over here, and while they're doing that, she'll just start making, like, flower crowns.
And you're a boar now! Okay, I will need a sleight of hand or a knowledge nature.
Either work, honestly.
Yeah.
13. Pretty decent flower clown.
Okay, you can make a nice enough flower crown for each person. You make Flora's a little extra wide for the horns.
Yeah. Aw.
I guess the rest of us are just watching.
Well, I just make small talk. I mean,
I mean, it depends what you guys want to do. Y'all decided to come for this, knowing what would happen.
I mean, Dahlia's here in case the diplomatic reasonings need to be.
I mean,
I just wanted to go for a walk in the woods with friends. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we could just go and check around things. I mean, everything seems under control here.
Well, how about you and Malik go and walk around, and how about me and Flora start our book on dragons?
Okay, I want to stay here now.
we can go find some goblins.
Could find some goblins, but
I can pick a map and drag on some goblins if you really, really want me to.
Hey, Malik, you want to go find
I mean,
some
if
goblins?
you guys are trying to thin out their ranks a little bit more.
If you want to do a 2 on whatever I roll.
I mean, it's probably.
Oh,
better
by the way,
to go with
V,
it.
you tuned your dagger, didn't you?
Yes, I would need that.
Okay, you ready for the details? Because I'm gonna speak them.
Oh, I'm writing.
Waiting for this thing to be cursed.
First.
Okay.
First.
Now, I want this on the record that I used a randomizer for the name.
Okay.
Okay. The court shall so reflect.
The court what?
I would say you, the court of public opinion, cannot call me edgy because I did not make this name. Okay.
Oh god, the edgiest name possible coming out.
Alright, Shadow, come on, let's see it.
It's called Ebon Slicer. EBON SLICER.
Wow.
Not the worst.
Well, it has 3 charges. You can expend a charge to have 1 extra sneak attack die,
Alright.
and they recharge every day.
Okay.
Keep in mind, pretty much a day is already off your week borrow.
Yep, might as well start using it now.
Well, Malik, do you want to go do the thing then, or?
Do you want to?
Fuck, improv.
I mean, look, I mean, they seem to have everything under control here. I mean, maybe we could.
I mean,
go...
Flora could go with you if you want.
Why don't we all just go together? What are you guys doing here?
Well, Dahlia's here to make sure they get along nicely.
Yeah, I'm kind of the middle man in this, or woman in this, whatever.
I mean,
Who
I
cares?
think they'll get. I think they're gonna get along just fine. But
If
you know.
anything happens to us, I'm just gonna send Cyrus to get Dahlia.
Okay.
Alright.
Do you want Crackers with you?
No. He can definitely stay with you here.
Okay.
Where are we going?
know.
I think you guys are
Around.
just gonna wander off looking for trouble.
Yes.
Yeah. Effectively. Look, I'm gonna be entirely honest with you, Flora. I mean, last time we talked with all those goblins, I mean, the way it sounded, they wanted to die here. I mean, in battle for something. I mean, isn't that better than whatever fate the army might bring to them? I mean, they may try to capture them, try them,
We can try to do human experimentation on them.
Okay, that's going a little bit too far there.
This is what we're doing today. Hey, first, what we're gonna do today. Not that.
War crimes.
I still have the spider vials that I got like 2 months ago.
Okay, you can use them, but like don't, you know. We're not going to tie them up and use spider venom on them. That's kind of fucked up.
Well, I mean, we are talking about
Filthy.
what was the word? A legate?
Who? Are you talking about they're led by a legate. Person
Yeah.
who said do whatever you want is a grand legate.
But even like Flora would know about the like this guy's trouble.
I mean, you would know that if you saw him, it's probably run on site. Yeah.
Yeah,
like I said, you
him.
knew you'd need to gimmick this man.
We could take his troops on, like
Yeah, we could take a
an
soldiers,
individual
but not
like,
him.
group of them, but we couldn't
Do
take
I
him
put-
on.
Now, do I put him on the map?
That's a good question, AJ. Do you want to put him on the map?
I might.
That's tempting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys taking your horses?
Well, if
Probably not. We'll come
No,
back
definitely
here.
not.
No, hold on. I balance. Give me a minute, because if I do what I'm thinking of doing, you'll die.
AJ, don't tempt me with a backup character.
No, Yoji's immortal till Broden draws something else.
No.
until I have time to draw something else.
Yeah.
The window's
Crap, I have
coming. The window's coming. No one's gonna lie.
Crap, I have to
After
actually
May.
decide on a backup so he can get the art made for it.
After May.
Yeah,
Your
after
backup-
literally after May, because literally May, like
Okay.
21st through something, I'm going to Disneyland, so I ain't drawing
Never
No.
punished till May.
Oh, no! Oh, guys, remember, we had an agreement last session.
shit. Did we?
Yeah, we
about
did.
someone dying.
Who?
Micah reminded me.
Oh,
no.
Who's gonna
yeah.
Who's gonna die?
Oh, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You worry about it when it happens.
Alright, I won't worry about it at all then. I will push that out of my mind. Gone. It's already gone. I'm already 5 shots in, so you know, like yeah, it's already gone, really.
No, if I put him on the map, you will quite literally be destroyed.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that at all. He like 1v4'd a bunch of suits of armor.
I mean,
He's also a commander type.
Oh no.
roll that investigation or perception to see how many you find and how well.
Yeah. Let's say roll whatever you would want to do to stalk somebody.
I'm gonna
I mean, is that what are we scouting?
Yes,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you guys are kind of just sneakily going through the woods trying to find them to just kind of, kill them.
Take out as many as you can. Perform a mercy.
It's
Yeah.
like
Away the
fish,
bad.
it's like fishing, but like more extreme.
Yeah.
I think it's just cold-blooded murder, but you know, hey.
I think this is quite, especially because it seems to be racially targeted.
You guys are literally hunting people.
Look, okay, it's
stunned
not
and
our
only
fault
statement.
that the entire legion is made of goblins, okay? We don't have a thing against goblins. It just so happens that our entire group is made of goblins.
You are still
No,
hunting people.
Eventually, when you guys hire a gardener, we're gonna have a talk.
The only issue that I have with this is that they're a relatively organized force. If their numbers start to dwindle, it's going to put them on edge. And when the army comes in to take care of them, might get a little more difficult.
I mean, the Grand Legate
Maybe.
told us that we can do anything we want with them. So that's basically us getting to go.
They said hunt them if you want.
Exactly.
Well, I think
Thank you,
I-
God.
What?
I think what Flora's trying to say here is that it might make it harder for the Grand Legate if they were to come down here, because the Legate down here would be on higher alert, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Boy, I sure hope the rest of the group isn't committing hate crimes while I'm here.
Is it a hate crime if we love doing it? Okay, like
It's a lot of pride.
Well, Dahlia's not performing hate crimes.
You just cut. We're gonna cut to Terry. God, I hope my bosses aren't racist.
Just add that one to the checklist of things that's wrong with our
Look.
group.
we're not
Gendon-
racist.
Okay, we're gonna flash to Gendon out on a hike. Wow, they sure were tolerant. Right, Bramble?
Ended that
What
real
a-
quick, I did.
What a bright and diverse bunch of people. I'm sure they won't do anything evil. Ever.
I remember when we took all of our enemies alive, except Bramble.
Man, the days when we were trying not to kill people.
I mean, we can't really save these guys. Like,
Exactly. We should just
No.
do it.
That and it is a massive disrespect to just like leave them alive.
yeah. Well, because
Like-
here's the thing: they're probably gonna be killed for being a going traitor, anyways, right? And crucifixion is a hell of a way to go. So
No.
realistically, dying in battle the way that they feel like they would be, dying
Hey,
honorably.
it was
is the
good
better
enough
way.
for Jesus.
They're not
Well, I
Jesus.
think of myself as a little bit above Jesus, so I'd rather not.
Wow! Just gonna sit here, the Protestant in the background, just going, I'm not sure about that one.
We're gonna get canceled so fast.
Or like,
We at Chooseyourroll
like-
do not
Hey,
support any
just
of this.
just wait until I play with backup. I've decided on which one it's gonna be, and he does think he's better than Jesus. So,
No,
you
we
know-
know what your backup's
Did I?
gonna be.
oh no,
oh yeah, we know exactly who your backup's gonna be.
oh no.
Mhm.
Wait, how do you guys know? I was lying. I didn't actually decide yet.
No, don't worry
How
about
do
it.
you guys know? But I know. Oh no.
You've grown predictable.
What do you mean?
And on that note, we're gonna take a 15. Let's put us on commercial. So you guys are just gonna start stalking some goblins
Well, they are, yes.
as
Yeah.
a threesome?
I suppose.
There's 3 of us.
Unless
Flora just wants to go on record saying this is not a good idea.
I
but
mean,
I'm going to back you
we
guys
know
up.
this is not a good idea.
say,
Well,
Flora-
Gordon, nothing ventured, nothing
Well, no,
gained.
or if you want to argue not to do it, argue not to do it.
You could also just decide to stay back in case an argument does break out to help Dahlia calm it down.
Yeah, I don't think we're going that far away from you.
But if you come with us, you'll get some free loot. If we survive.
I'm leaving Cyrus with Dahlia.
Mm,
But yeah, so Kat, you are gonna have
Left
to make
is
this
still-
decision.
I-
If you want, if you can still tell them this is a bad idea, and here's why.
I mean, we'll be careful.
I don't think you understand how powerful these guys are.
I mean, we fought them before, that's the thing.
In small numbers, what if...
We're not going to assault the camp head on. We're just going to go see if there's some patrols around, and maybe
How
we can
about
thin
this?
them out a
If-
little bit.
If there's more, if there's the number that they have is much more than we can handle, we can just run away.
That's true, Malik is pretty fast.
I mean,
Hmm.
at most we'll have to lead them back here, and then 2 dragons will eat them. But like,
I feel like
Want
the
to
dragon
bring
lady
them
would.
back here.
She would be pissed?
yeah, I say if
Well,
we
the
have
dragons
to.
have to eat. I mean,
And I think she takes care of that.
Mm.
does she? I thought she lets them hunt those. I don't know.
Either way, it gets taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you've heard the arguments. You are not at your full strength, and you don't know what you're gonna find out there. So make your choice now before I switch maps, and whatever happens, happens.
I'm gonna say we let whatever happens happen.
Dahlia's gonna stay behind and just while they're talking, semi-listen in to help, but mainly just get statements from the dragons about themselves and their kind.
Okay, what specifically do you ask? Actually, to get the question answered, Broden, what are their names?
I actually have them written down.
Let's see. This is a test.
Oh, ow, ow,
Oh, he had to stretch for those.
ow.
All the way over there.
Everburn and Venom Tear.
Yes, good boy. He's learning, kids. He's learning.
Remember
nope.
to write these ones down.
Yeah, I feel like
Toma
dragons.
died because Toma's power went out, but that's fine.
Oh no.
Is the storm still coming out? Is
Well,
over there?
It might. Is this the same winter storm that's kind of like blowing through the whole country right now?
Yes,
Oh.
goddamn so.
Don't know. Like this massive storm, we're all in like very different places.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
he's in
Most of us are
Maryland.
east.
We're in New York. V is a variable.
Yeah, 'cause
Pennsylvania.
mine because mine went out at like 3 in the morning today. My power
That
went
has
out
Texas.
really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough.
It's a place.
Yep. it is
Definitely
that.
one of the states of all time.
Okay, so I'm going to move you to a map that I happen to have loaded.
Well, if it ain't the consequences of our own actions.
Oh,
Oh, there.
Jordan, pan the
Don't
camera up for me. Thank you.
I'm working
my
on
God.
it.
Don't tell me that they're-
If you think that's all that's here, feel free to approach from either the west or the south. I'm gonna get the initiative turn up, and oh boy, we're doing something.
Alright, we should go through...
The south.
Actually, I'm gonna reference Flora. Flora, what do you think? You fought with these guys. What would your character think would be the best way to approach these guys? Since you
Question:
probably have...
Did they even see us coming, or are we still like sneaky?
No one said they wanted to stealth.
I thought we... Well, you never asked. We
I
kind of...
said, well, what you want to do to stalk people? No one rolled anything.
Oh, well, I
I
wasn't sure if
know
we hadn't even decided on what we were gonna do, so I would say if we were gonna do anything, we should move stealthily.
I was about to say this stuff it counted as stalking people because we didn't know they're there.
Well, we hadn't decided yet if we were actually gonna come out here and do this yet at the time when he asked for rolls.
How about just roll for stealth?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We would like to roll for stealth.
All right, roll
Not
for
bad,
7.
Yoji.
I know, not that bad.
Not bad, Yoji.
And I don't have very good bonuses, so that is a nice roll. Oh, nice, Malik.
Malik be Malik.
Yeah,
Bring
yeah,
it
bro.
home, Flora.
God
Yeah.
Oh my-
damn.
Okay, you're completely hidden.
All right.
Add yourselves to the map. I'm gonna find some usual. Actually, no. We're gonna use the 8-bit music. This is a gag.
This will no longer be a gag once we start dying.
Then it's funny because we're all
Let me
going
clear
to
up
die.
the initiative because it didn't clear.
You see, either we are the gag or the gaggy.
Flora, poke poke.
I'm coming. I had to go
Alright.
get another beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good idea. I'll take another shot.
Good lord.
And
I will
V,
drink water.
have some water with me.
I will have water. I have
Yoji,
4
Strap
bottles of water.
Strap just had his thing go down. Don't you go and like get plastered to the point you can't play.
I'm fine. Come on.
Okay, roll your magic eye words,
Oh,
I
that's right.
guess.
Well, we
Malik,
used our.
keeping it classy.
Hey,
It's a good
we
thing.
used-
It's a good thing they don't
What?
see you.
Yeah, it's a good thing we got good on stealth.
The war. Oh wait, I didn't roll for the.
Not warg.
I'm gonna, yeah, say did not roll for the warg, so I'm gonna roll his again and then correct it to the right number. The warg gets to move on its own terms. Hey, comes back.
The big guy.
Okay, Flora. This is clown shoes, but I guess go off.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that I'm not with the group.
Yeah.
Do you think the tree people are still around?
Oh,
Do I
look at
see
this.
Derek and Chet?
No, you do not see Derek and Chet.
Oh.
Oh, this is a different cursed stump.
This is
Right.
just the map I happen to have.
Okay.
I just assumed because I knew they're close to Brianna.
So yeah, like I said, I'll kind of defer to Flora for a battle plan here, since you kind of know these guys better.
We need to be careful because we never know if there are more in behind them. We don't know their patrol routes or anything. So we could be trying to take these guys out and have another round of patrol sneak up behind us. So if we're going to do this, we need to be quick and efficient about it.
Right.
Well, quick and efficient is definitely not what we're used to, but we'll try.
I thought about that's your middle name. I thought your middle name was Al.
Yeah.
Fight, kill.
I.e., hit them hard and fast.
Gotcha. That I can do.
I thought your middle name was The.
Well, Floor, you're up first.
Yeah, I know, and I
Yeah.
was not prepared to be first.
I forgot. Are we
Well.
doing surprise round or are we doing what was it? I don't know.
They still get to go, but what you do has disadvantage if you're not seen. Surprise rounds aren't real.
Oh yeah.
You can hold your action until after theirs, but I think then they get a chance to like perception check to
Notice
see if they
you.
see you.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, Micah, you sweet, sweet summer child. You think I'm gonna have mercy on these pathetic souls? They started it.
We did start it.
I have a 10
There was
10
that
feet?
hurricane that hit Family Guy, America Dad, and Cleveland. What?
Yeah, no, that was a special on Fox because there was actually a massive tropical storm going on in real life. They did an episode where the same tropical storm would pass through all three of those shows.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
That is kind of neat.
That's a 10-foot cube, right? Oh god, don't draw another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use bone disintegration.
I use Lou's Familiar on his warg. It turns into a puddle.
I cast Alivened.
I tell Dahlia they did something to her personally.
Jeez.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you say
Let's call the
surprise rounds
police.
aren't real, which is...
They are not real.
They're not an official rule.
I call the police. You're still hidden until you do something, I should say.
Okay. But, so if I do something, are the other two still hidden?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because
alright.
you're the only one showing yourself for the attack.
You're the one
Yep.
shouting out boogity boogity boogity.
Okay.
Loser of this fight must watch bench warmers.
Oh. So I'm gonna, I guess I have time to kind of give them my game plan?
So you have enough to tell them 2 sentences worth of time before these goblins have a chance to perceive you.
2 sentences. Okay, I am going to make it really hard for that big thing to move. And after I do that, you guys rush in and take the other 2 small ones.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast grease on that square.
Oh, what's the save?
Dex.
Man, it's really
Is it immediate or only if it tries to move?
Immediate.
Okay.
Yeah, when the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a Dex saving throw or fall prone.
I don't think that passes.
I don't think it passes.
That's against my spell save DC, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I was gonna say, considering my DC for my bombs is a 13, and I
Which
think
is...
Flora's
hang on,
intelligence
it's-
is higher than mine, probably fails.
Yeah, 8 plus proficiency
2 plus 10.
plus...
It's so if you look at your spells, it's just at the top of the spell list.
Yep. Auto calculated.
Is it?
Yeah, look at the very top of your spell list.
As long as you have your thing
Spellcasting
set
ability.
to have
Oh,
intelligence.
yeah,
and spell
yeah.
calculability.
13, so...
As the cartoon sound effects play and you hear the bongos and this thing's on its face.
And as a precaution for my bonus action, I'm going to use my Blade Song.
Okay. And as it is its turn, the goblin on the back of the wall will shout, "I knew it! They came around!" Alright, can it get up on its turn? Does it have to save again?
Let's see.
Never greased somebody before.
I think they can get up, but I think if they try to move again, then they have to make another save.
Yeah, a creature that enters the area or ends turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Yeah, so.
Oh,
Doesn't it continue to say if you move, something happens?
That would make sense. It'd
It's
be...
just difficult terrain.
Oh.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain.
Okay, so it's gonna take half its movement to get up.
Within range, it turns it into difficult terrain for the duration. And if anybody moves into it or ends their turn into it, then they have to make the save.
And that's about as much. And that's about as far as it can go. That's its whole. Yoji, you're still hidden, but it seems like they were waiting for you.
Well, that's mighty unfortunate for them, that is, because they were looking for trouble. Well, that is bad. However, I'm gonna stick to the plan. I'll go ahead and rage.
Okay, you're angry.
I'm gonna get mad because that, and I'm
Now
gonna go.
you're a dragon.
I am.
What?
Yes.
Yoji, what has angered you so?
Yeah, what has angered you specifically?
The fact that
Waste
they.
is flammable.
Yeah, that is flammable for sure. But I don't think it would do much good right now.
I'll say this. During the fight, because you are not here, Broden and Toma, feel free to do color commentary. Above game color commentary.
Neither of us are near each other either, so.
Yeah, no, that's all I was saying. Above game color commentary, not in character.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, well, whatever this shit show is.
The Broden and Toma halftime show.
And I will go ahead and hit this man with the big stick, you know?
Okay.
Just like how I said I would in the intro.
The
Foreshadow.
Broden and Toma halftime show, sponsored by Soup.
And we'll go ahead and reckless the course.
Oh, and he's going in with a stick.
Oh.
Sure.
That's net 20.
Bye.
Let's see if you can the liquid.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a heavy hit. I don't know if they're gonna be able to recover from that one.
and he's not. As you swipe clean horizontal, taking his head like a baseball, and it flies into the distance,
Well,
landing
Strap,
next to Dahlia.
Strap, I'm no
Oh, no.
medical expert, but something tells me he's not getting up after that one.
You
Uh,
know,
eh.
I'd have to say the thing. I think he aerosolized him.
As the goblin's head lands in a hole, Yoji has also now invented golf.
Nice.
He looks
I've
up.
invented all kinds of sports.
He looks up. I have another idea.
We're gonna kill a lot of goblins for this one, but
I have an idea.
is that
And,
your friend?
How long before he invents
Oh,
Goblin Head
dear.
Volleyball?
and that will end my turn right there.
Okay, as it is a turn of all the goblins.
All of them.
No, all of the goblins.
Yes.
If they come from behind, I will.
They come from the trees.
I
no.
They're in
knew
the
there was
fucking
gonna be more.
trees.
Oh no, it's like you guys are surrounded or something.
Oh, who could have seen this coming?
Definitely not me with my sneak peek.
Yep.
I'll show them. As this is what you're gonna see for now. As we now have a mage on the field, gentlemen.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, it's really not. Let me open up his character sheet because that's the only one I forgot. I didn't plan this. As Flora, you know how you're right over there?
Yeah. Hang on.
Are you fine? Oh, I rolled like
Oh, I think-
ass.
Yeah, you
Do you,
did.
do you have more than 15 HP?
Do you?
Hold on.
You're a
Hold on.
wizard.
As the wizard, do you have more than 15 HP?
I'd hope.
Ah, and the goblins strike back with the old surround and gut 'em tactic.
No, because I'm trying to think, because I have reaction spells. Give me a second. Brain is like fucking overloaded right now.
You actually only have 15.
Talia could have one-shotted you for what she did to Scrap.
No, imagine that. Like, what if I had like a high enough spell slot? The goblin catches you all unaware. Neat. Sleep.
Wait, do you not even have a +1 to con?
I do not believe
I-
temporary hit points count towards sleep.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I was double checking. I have more than 15 HP. I was
Oh,
double checking to see if a certain spell I was thinking of was.
Are you gonna use intrusive thoughts?
Yes, I am.
Sleep, you a bitch. Oh.
Your mother
Yeah,
never loved you.
So I'm gonna use intrusive thoughts. So he needs to make a wisdom save.
Please click the spell so we can all see what Intrusive Thoughts does.
Which one's doing this, by the way?
The mage.
Yeah.
Who's in the tree?
fucker. The one I'm gonna shoot first.
Okay. Where character sheet? He going 1, 2, 3.
Nope.
So you
So
failed it?
it did not take any of those actions, so this doesn't count.
What?
Did it not use its action to attack?
Casting a spell is not attacking.
Yeah,
That
I
has
was
been
gonna say,
beaten into me.
Yeah, casting a spell is not the attack action.
Yeah.
So
God,
save
it
that
should
spell
be.
slot, Cat.
Okay.
No, again, it should be.
Yeah,
If
I
it does
agree.
damage.
I agree. If it's a thing that does damage, it should count as an attack, especially if you have to roll an attack roll for it.
Well, yeah, most spells do, but yeah.
So yeah, Cat, save your spell slot.
Okay.
That there's one of them raw versus RIA.
Yeah. And Yoji, you're gonna get a flashback as suddenly in your face goes El Kaboom with a 12. 22, you right?
22, actually, yes.
Yes. So the 22 hit you, sir.
Yes. Surprisingly.
As
You're right,
A-
though.
as a chemical bottle breaks at your feet, igniting for 9 fire damage.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Have
I still have resistance to fire, thankfully.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
he does.
Yep.
So cut that to 4.
Ooh,
And,
that one's gotta hurt. Yoshi's feeling the burn there, huh?
And suddenly, in Yoji's back is going to be possibly an arrow
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yoji, kick his ass. He's stealing my shtick.
for 4 piercing damage due to rage as a arrow lands right into your shoulder.
Yoji really taking the heat on this one, isn't he, Strap?
As this goblin is going to dash all the way up to Flora. Now you can do it if you wanted to.
Alright, what? I was making oil of vigilance.
Yeah, it won't matter. He'll be paced in a moment.
So you can choose to intrusive thought this man dashing at you. That is one of the options.
Let him come.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fine.
Bitch, I hope
Okay.
like a wood.
And as that is all you will see for now, it is Malik's turn.
Malik moves up, and then shoot the mage.
Okay, please roll the hit.
You mean stab, right?
21.
Do you move up vertically or class-wise?
No, he moves up in the economic ladder.
Ah,
Yes.
Yeah, so class-wise.
Okay, so unfortunately his reaction spell can't help him, so go ahead.
And then I'm also gonna do use a charge, expend a charge.
That's only a dagger.
Okay, never mind.
You gotta
Ignore
stab
that.
with that dagger for it to work.
Ignore what I said.
still pretty good.
15?
Yeah, 69 will do it. As you put a crossbow bolt clean through this man's eye socket, dropping him to the floor.
Bonus action swap weapons.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna wait.
Okay, well, it is Flora's turn.
I'm gonna use short draw on this guy.
Oh, you're trying to hit him in the stomach. Got it. Please click that feature so we can all see what it does.
I want a weapon maneuver that's just doing the quick sheath and unsheath thing, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Only if you have to roll performance to hit. Okay, leave the gasping for breath, so make your attack roll.
How do I do? Oh, just a regular attack roll.
Yeah,
with the
you just
sword.
make the attack roll, but we're not gonna roll damage. So roll Copa. Yeah, that'd do it. As you lean down, and due to the height difference, you draw out your sword and the pommel hits him in the throat, and he's just left holding it. Is that your turn, sir?
Looking at grasping for bonus actions.
This whole fight is clown.
You're a wizard. Your bonus actions are either blade dance or cast a spell that's a bonus action.
Yeah, and I think because the mage is no longer on the field, my one bonus action spell is like... I think that's the only one I have.
That mage is no longer on the field.
Did you activate your blade song yet?
I did.
That's the first thing she did.
Oh, okay.
That's always
was
the
gonna
first
say.
thing I do.
You will
Yeah,
not
no,
be
it makes sense. I wasn't sure. I didn't.
She will
remember.
not be caught lacking.
Whack.
You might need it once the HP tank goes down. So.
Yeah, you didn't bring the second tank with you, or the healer.
Yeah, I know. I mean, can I even
Or
see
Terry.
another mage on the field?
You can't see nothing.
I can't see nothing.
You don't know what's in the stump.
Oh no.
It's another deck. It's another blight. Haha.
Oh god.
No, you took those out.
No, it's 8 goblins.
You mowed that lawn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to be, it's gonna have to be my turn.
Okay. It is the Warg Rider's turn. As the Warg Rider will have its Warg nom 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 on the big boy. 11?
Oh no, that won't hit.
Oh, you know, we gave the old college try, so why don't you try something?
Alright, sure. So I have a quick question about the Warg Rider. Would I
Okay.
be able to... So, I'm not sure how this would apply with the stat sheet or whatever for it.
They are
but-
one entity.
Okay, because I was wondering if I could possibly use Crushing Blow on the Goblin Rider to try to knock him off.
No, they are essentially one entity.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, in that case, I'm going to... I think... Does Crushing Blow...
Shove them back into the grease.
That would
You
actually
could.
work. Well, I can't hurling impact them. I'd have to push them into it, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's maybe not a bad idea. We'll go ahead and shove this man. I'll
Okay,
move over
contesting
here.
athletics. You gotta
Alright.
beat a warg.
I do have the advantage, but you know.
Oh, you didn't beat
You're
10.
not fighting against much. Yeah.
21.
They are pushed 5 feet. Cat, they enter the area. Do they have to make a save?
They do.
Okay, Bob. Ah!
Wait, if it beats, it meets.
15.
Yeah, I'm doing
Possibly
things.
15. Alright, well, if that's the case, then I will use the
I got a
rest
bonus
of my...
action.
What's that?
You still have a bonus action if you can somehow deal fire damage.
I could actually deal fire damage. Would that be... If I attack these guys right here, would that actually set the grease on fire?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's try that.
Oh, grease plus fire. That's a rule.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
it's...
it is.
Yeah.
It's
It
a
is.
flammable substance.
It's
Yeah,
the
mine
same.
last-
It
Wait a
pretty much
minute.
acts the same as oil.
Yeah, my
Wait a
last
minute.
DM said no, and that was so sad.
That's
Hmm.
so soft.
Fucking grease.
I have to see a big think. Do I want to start a grease fire in the middle of the woods?
There, he thought of it. He actually thought of what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
I had to think very briefly.
I thought
Um,
about it, but I wanted to see if he'd do it.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, look at that. Dead wood, dry grass, oil fire.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over here.
I'm sure that wouldn't have caused any problems with your contract at all.
into the woods. Is this guy up in a tree, or is he
No.
like?
No, again, these are the trees are such a part of the map. Unless I put a special marker, then they're on the ground. I just
Okay.
can't put them under the trees because they're the map layer.
Yeah, gotcha. I was just curious because we joked about the being in trees. I will move over to here, and then I'll take a bonus action bite attack on this guy.
That's not nice. He's trying to blow you up.
Well, you know, I'm sorry, dude, but you know, recklessly, of course. You know, 19. Didn't need it, but you know, hey.
That'd do it. Oh, disadvantage would do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
dang.
2 rage damage and 6 whatever the hell you want. Either way, as you sink your teeth into his ribcage, you literally have a chunk of him in your mouth.
Oh, and it looks like Yoji stopped the battle to have a snack.
Now, do you swallow or are you a classy lady?
I mean, Mama Ate Ray's no quitter, and Spitter's a quitter, so I don't know. What does Goblin taste like?
This one? Like an old shoe that you just ran a marathon in the woods.
Mm,
They don't have a shower, my guy.
that's a good point. You know what? Yoji has standards. I'll spit it out.
A classy broad.
And that'll be
Underrated joke from Ted, by the way. Is that your turn, sir? Okay.
Bits and
And-
immediately says, "You haven't been eating the pineapples like I told you."
Yeah. Hey, Amari. As from the bushes.
More goblins.
I feel like we're gonna end up killing most of these guys before the army even shows
Where
up.
did
to
this
kill
guy
them.
come
Where the
from?
fuck?
See, there's a bush right there.
He's the bushman.
Oh, whatever.
There's another bushman.
Hey, you guys done goofed.
We are fine. We're fine.
As we're gonna have 2 arrow shots right into Yoji.
I mean, you guys said you weren't going far away. Did you call for help?
1 shot.
Yep.
2 shots.
So how's
Oh my
the
God.
how's the not having an alchemist with health potions or a healer in your group working out for you right now?
I
So
don't know.
Yoji's
Scrap.
gonna take 3 plus
Yep.
4. We're gonna round that down to 3 total.
All right.
That worked
I don't
out
know.
for me.
I don't know, Scrap. What are you doing in town that's so important?
As let me just check range. Are you?
The short answer is making money.
Ah, shit. That is pretty important.
Is this one's
I
gonna
mean-
come over here,
Dolly would be doing her lessons, probably doing the same thing if she didn't.
and he's gonna let another grenade fly. Does an 18 hit you, Yoji?
Yes.
For a total of 2 damage.
How are you looking?
Well,
You guys went out looking for this fight. I've got
Oh.
no
You know-
reservations.
You know, on a scale of 1 to 32, I'm looking about all right.
as this warrior is going to take a massive swing at Malik. His attack is with disadvantage. It's the next one against him, so he can hit you fine. So he's gonna take a 2-handed longsword square to Malik.
I love this. Are you ready to die? No? Then I'll come back later.
Malik, 14 hit you.
Misses.
As he swings around, he's still holding his throat. He's just getting his breath back, but he's gonna disengage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh bullshit.
Oh, why didn't you want to come up
He's a
first?
goblin. They all literally can all bonus action disengage.
That sucks.
That's fine. Kill him, Malik.
Yep. As the goblin scout over here is going to right. Actually, sorry, I moved him 1 too many. So right here, he is going to drop some ball bearings.
He's thinking
And-
tactically.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one over here sees Malik and is going to where'd it go? He's gonna take a short bow and wait, no, there's something funnier he can do. Where's 20 feet? There's 20 feet.
It's the funny button.
Grapple me? Not
1,
grapple.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get there, I think. No, it won't go. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So he's gonna take a short bow shot at you. 16.
Main ghost. Wait, is it main ghost? It's been a while.
No, again, I think that has to be a melee attack.
I thought it was.
Look at it real quick.
Yeah,
I
click it.
am.
20 feet.
It's
Well, click
main
it to the
ghost,
call
yeah.
sheet,
Use a
main
reaction and when getting attacked. Oh.
Yoji, you're speaking in tongues.
Oh man, I'm getting a little crazy here. There's a lot of goblins.
I will
gosh.
say, just as a DM rule, you're not a Jedi. It will have to be a melee attack.
Not yet.
Okay.
So, does 16 hit?
Yes.
5 piercing damage.
Next character, guys. A monk.
No, you know what your next character is.
No, Yoji does. No, Yoji's.
No,
first.
it's-
It's,
next
it's
person.
whoever dies first.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I'll
almost
try to
fall
die
into
quick.
second. I'll try to die second.
I'm
guys.
forgetting
Malik,
about
type
something, and
for
now
me.
I'm scared.
No,
Because I
you don't know.
forgot what we
Your only
talked about.
option is to go back and watch the video.
I'll try to die second.
Malik, die first.
Malik,
I'm gonna
take your
sacrifice
vengeance
you for the
upon
goblin
these fools.
gods.
We know who will die first in this combat. Like,
Grab. Grab, roll the D10,000 for me.
How stupid am I?
Well, I mean, we're here, so.
famous last words.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
It's a what? C10,000?
Mhm.
I
Oma, you do not have an aneurysm.
I attack using Sona.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, you do not have an aneurysm. You had to roll for 10,000.
Had to,
Oh,
had to
you
roll
will.
the 10,000 or a 1?
It's with advantage, Malik.
oh, is it? Okay, I'll reroll.
Next attack made against him. 17 will do it.
Oh, and with
Oh,
sneak attack.
ignore
And-
the. Does it sneak? Does
Yeah,
it
because
probably
you
sneak?
had advantage.
Yeah,
Had
it's
advantage.
Yep, you,
then
you
10.
qualify when you have advantage.
10.
Yep, so 10 damage. You really hurt him, but he is still up swinging like a man.
Alright, then I hit him with one dagger.
Oh no, not a dagger. A dagger
So-
will do it.
Can I just roll damage?
Yep. 7 piercing damage.
Four,
Oh, no, not 7. 4! Still more than enough to completely bury both of your blades into this boy.
And then
Killing him. Yes, Broden, the funny rule with the D10,000 is you must roll the natural 10,000, and your character just has an aneurysm and dies.
Dolly is feeling
I kind of want to test that right now.
Okay.
bonus action dash next to Yoji.
Oh, so close.
Yoji have high blood pressure.
He
I
is
was
a
like-
me.
You are
Loki,
next.
if I had rolled the 10,000
Look,
in
Malik,
this
you are
fight-
next. You are next to Yoji and 2 bodies.
Oh yeah, it's the 2 bodies.
Malik, they're throwing bombs at us. Why did you come right next to me?
I'll regret this later, I can tell.
Yes, you.
I just want to fight the warg.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
Is it your turn, sir?
Yes.
Ms. Flora.
Hi.
Do you want to join the group? Join the group.
Join the group.
Group huddle. We all die at once. That way, none of us have to play.
The goblins
Yeah,
still have one more. The goblins still have one more turn to call in reinforcements.
Oh, this is bitches.
Yeah. You had to join us, or else we can't save you that far
Or else
away.
they can't cast fireball.
I'm trying to think of because I had a plan and God.
Isn't Fireball a level 5 spell?
Yeah.
Not level 5.
Third level.
Wizard.
It's
Yeah.
a third level.
Fifth level character, but yeah.
5th level character. That's what I meant. 3rd level spell.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, yes it is. But you're also grouped together. How could I not? Unless Flora wants to stand right here and suddenly the ward can cast lightning bolt.
Ooh, or burning hands at 5th level.
No, it's screw it. Storm of Vengeance.
Wait, we all stand in a line? Oh, lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Lightning bolt.
Oh, you
Does
said
it-
storm of vengeance.
Wait,
No,
is
after
it
fact.
a horizontal line or a vertical line?
Okay, so
Doesn't
if
matter.
I go,
That's a line. Line's a line.
I think I'm thinking right here.
Avoiding the ball bearings.
I have to say, ball bearings being only 5 foot
It
squares. so
makes him
useless.
useless.
So soft.
Yeah.
It should be a 10 foot, in my opinion.
One day I will get you guys to slip on them.
Oh no, a narrow hallway, our one weakness.
You say that.
Too bad I
It is
can
our one
jump.
It's the ruler to draw a line, right?
Yes. The ruler to measure. You use the shape, the square above the magnifying glass if you actually want to be able to draw. Are you just checking your distances?
Checking to see how
Yeah.
many I can actually hit with this.
Keep in mind, you're still concentrating. I think Greece is concentration.
I don't think Greece is concentration.
No, Grease is. It doesn't say it's concentration.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was concentration. Carry on.
It does last a certain amount of time, but it's not concentration.
That's why I thought it was
Yeah.
concentration.
It's yeah, it's a 1 minute duration, but it's not.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was concentration, because usually spells that have a duration are also concentration spells.
Yeah.
So feel free to continue on. Continue on,
Okay.
everybody.
So I think what I'm gonna do. Hopefully this is a good decision. You would count that if I cast a spell that goes in a line, I'm gonna hit the warg and the other guy. This guy
Yeah, because it cuts through the ward.
cuts through the warg. Okay. Then I'm gonna hit
Go
those
ahead.
2 with Tasha's Caustic Brew, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it and cast it at 2nd level.
Okay, as you pull out a bottle and just fill it on the ground, it shoots outward like a jet of acid.
They have to succeed on a Dex saving throw.
Click the
Roll
spell
that
for us.
die.
Yeah, please click the spell for us so we can always see it. The warg will do
Fail.
poorly. The alchemist will do poorly.
Bye.
Okay, so At second level, that's
4d4.
4d4.
Yes.
And I just roll the regular d4s, right?
Yeah, you can just put 4d4 on the dice roller, which is... Yep. You rolled like ass, homie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally average.
Yeah.
Still enough.
Actually, it's literally just one above average.
So the warg actually got hit for the first time today, so it's gonna take 9 damage.
Good
But you
job.
got the bomber.
Hey man, action economy. Anything we can do.
And then from the bushes is the Tarask, but it's the tiny one. No, but it's the tiny one from Stibbles.
Tiny Tarask.
Yeah, that's
I'll
my
show you
turn.
The tiny Tarask. The tiny Tarask is so cute. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, it is the warg's turn, and now he has to make the save again. And he's good.
God.
He's a rushdown predator, by the way.
No.
Oh, it also takes the damage at the start of its turn.
Oh yeah.
It didn't get lit on fire. Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, roll
for the
a
toxic caustic.
Yeah.
What?
Roll another GD4. Creatures and acid takes it at the start of each of its turns, so it does not take it instantly. So now it just took the 9 damage.
Okay.
So you're legally still alive, but you're gonna die right away.
Good
It
Well,
can
yeah,
use its action to scrape the acid off itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it still takes the initial damage, but
Yeah, it takes it at the start though, and 9 will be enough to kill it, so nothing will happen.
yeah. But it could take it off, and so I don't know.
No, it basically can't survive because it starts at the damage triggers at the very start of the turn.
Yeah.
And if that's
I'm
not
talking about the warg.
So-
I'm talking about the warg, not the.
Oh no, they'll work out other ideas.
Yeah.
Like biting cat.
Oh.
Oh.
I am gonna use my reaction to use defensive duelist
Okay, what does that
to
give
make
you?
that not hit me. When I'm wielding a finesse weapon with which I am proficient, and I'm hit with a melee attack, I can use my reaction to add my proficiency bonus to my AC.
That puts you over 20?
Yes. Combined
Well,
with
good for you.
my
Now we're gonna roll damage just to see what it would have done to you because it makes me happy.
Blade Singer
You would have
Wizard.
taken 10 damage and needed a duality, man. You would have taken 10 damage and you would have needed to make a strength save or become prone. It would be there are 2 guys right here. But I guess you don't take anything, and that's the turn for the warg. I just want to point out,
Yoji
you know for a
getting-
fact, they have more of these.
Yoji getting
Oh.
a message from Dahlia from the stands.
Yo, you just beat the frick out of the
Yoji,
ward.
slap his nuts.
Bailiff!
Alright, well, I will go over to here. Then. And that should give me a +2, right?
It's one to the right for a +2.
Yeah, you need to be here. You need to be cutting either through the direct middle or the murder sandwich.
No, one.
Oh, like right here.
Yes, because that's literally
Oh, okay.
direct middle.
Alright, gotcha.
Yep, my bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, either would give because it's either murder or that, but yeah. Alright, and yeah, sure, we'll reckless because I keep forgetting bonus action attack when it stacks with it. We'll go for them all for the first hit. 21 to hit.
I'll do it.
Oh no, Yoshi's using a maul and a maul.
That'll be 13 points of damage for that one, and
You ever wonder why he
The
doesn't
bite
use
attack.
that big stick that does that one thing? You know, the chronic
Dude.
damage.
So that's a 9.
that's with advantage from the reckless attack.
Okay, so 23.
So 21. Oh yeah, 23. So that'll be 11 points of damage. Some of which is fire if it matters. Well,
That's
two
enough
of
to
it.
kill him. That's sadly enough.
Oh.
As you
Well, I-
chomp into its hindquarters, the grease from it
Oh,
catches on fire along with all the acid. It's just it did not do well.
Oh, it actually did kill it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. We're gonna live forever, guys.
We are gonna not live forever.
Shut up, Malik. We don't need that negativity. Come on, we'll be fine. We're gonna live forever.
Got this. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can move 3 more, I believe.
That I could do.
Hey, you
question
can
is-
jump in the grease.
You can slowly shuffle your way towards the ones at the bottom.
I think you could get to red.
Yeah, I could actually. Cause I started. Let me see. I started up here. Yeah, no, I could. Yeah, 15.
Okay, if you want to.
The trunk should also give you cover from the guys on the back.
Yeah, sure.
It'll give you. Is there such thing as quarter cover?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Then yes, 1 quarter's cover, because that's not a trunk, that's a stump.
I think it only gives you like a +1 to your AC.
That's still decent.
That's something.
Yeah.
And out from the bushes, this guy dies. Melted by acid. And with their other target behind cover, the 2 archers will turn to the other living being.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Malik. No.
Number 1, Mr. Malik. No.
No.
Number 2. Still not into it?
It hits, but yeah. Sag, main ghost.
And you
doesn't
take
work.
4 damage as you're shot in the thicky part of your thigh.
That's a lot of description for a short bow.
I drag and dropped it, my dude. I did not put any of this in. But this one's going to disengage for his bonus action, Yoshi.
Yeah, keep chasing them around. That's what they did.
And just because it'll be fun... Actually, he's going to be right here. Just because it'll be fun for me. Hey, cat, I'm going to attack you. 20.
As I was literally looking up to see how many times I actually get to use defensive duelist. Because in the description it doesn't say.
Is it
Does it
proficiency?
say melee weapon attack, or...?
It just says when you are wielding a finesse weapon. Here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, if you just show me, that'd be great.
Another creature hits you with a melee attack.
It's reaction.
You already burned your reaction.
I did burn my reaction. Okay,
and it does specify a melee attack, so...
right,
Yeah,
so...
it is a melee attack, so it's not even applicable.
God, 19 with my blade song meets it beats, so yeah, that hits.
Okay. I need you... You are hit, and now you are knocked prone because Ebola has been wrapped around your legs.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's strength.
Oh, the one wizard's weakness.
Hey, Tomo killed the dragon with this!
I don't even get to make the strength check?
You gotta use
Well,
your
you-
action to do it.
Yeah, or
It's
you
a
could
D-
just
Or,
attack it.
yeah, or you can just cut it. So.
Yeah, you could just cut
Yeah.
it with...
It's still
Yeah,
funny to me. So
It does specify slashing damage though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna get here, and this one.
Yeah, I definitely did just wrap a green dragon's maw closed with a bolus one time. That was
This one
hilarious.
is going to take. That's the sharpshooter. This one is going to take his scimitar and stab at you with advantage.
Oh
That's a
no.
20.
Oh,
As you are then stabbed for 9 slashing damage. Does not hit your bola because it has to be directly targeted.
How are you looking?
And he's still got a 5 feet of movement. Bonus action disengage. Whoop.
What a guy.
And that's the goblin's turn.
Truly.
Malik over there.
Really turn to the
Free.
ages.
Bonus action. It's not weapons. And I'll shoot the red one.
Oh.
For 15.
1 sec. Red this one or red this one?
This one.
Oh, okay, yeah, sharpshooter, then go for it.
5.
By the way, I assume you used the bonus action to just change weapons, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so you did. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be wrong. Does it take a bonus action to reload a crossbow?
Yes.
Then you cannot shoot.
I thought it's
Or is it part of the attack action?
part of attack action.
Okay.
Depends on what you have for it.
Let me just double check for
Yeah, because
Wait,
it says
wait, wait.
even if I have extra second attack, I couldn't attack with it.
Yeah, that's why, because it takes the entire action to do, yeah. Who?
If not, I can switch over to longbow.
Hold on.
I mean, might as well. You don't have to deal with the reload action.
Yep, you do not have to spend a bonus action to do so. And
Okay.
because you did not move, and that is a weapon maneuver, you can choose to make this with advantage if you wanted to.
Oh, that's right. I
Might as well, so you get that now.
I do, yeah.
Mhm.
Give me a second. Where is it?
Ah.
Oh, 18
It's still 5 plus your sneak attack.
sneak attack plus 2d6. So 6, 11.
Yeah, that'll put a hole clean through his goblin body.
And then let's see. Yeah, I'll move over by where Yoji is. And can I like say at this moment I'm just telling Cyrus to like peck the shit out of Dahlia to get them over here?
Oh, you've been bothered.
I'm guessing that's the signal.
You've been bothered, and you hear hoot. And wait, you said he's black and red, right?
Yes.
You also hear Maria.
Huh, hearing things.
He's not even good enough to be my fake.
She'll make her way over. I'm not sure how long that will take her. You guys said you weren't going very far.
Yeah,
It'll take
probably
you
within
one whole turn order if you want to. Everyone is still alive by then.
Does it seem like they're getting along, the two? Like no issues?
Again, they're just ironing out details. She's not showing much emotion one way or the other, and he's too old.
So it seems like it's going fine.
Maybe they'll hit it off.
Old people are
All right.
so social.
I will skip my way on over, drawing my sword.
Laura.
Mm,
Wait, is it an
mm,
action or bonus action command you're familiar?
I think you
Think-
can just like it depends on what they're doing.
I think it's just you just do it.
you.
Oh
can-
yeah,
I mean,
that's why it's better
it's
than
not-
Ranger.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
It's not
can
part of my fight.
telepathically just say to your pet, just peck her, like literally peck on her shoulder.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I knew it was better than Ranger in a certain way, but
Yeah, and they have a range on it too, so like.
yep. So Flora, it's your turn. You're on your butt with rope tied around your feet, so you can't get up.
Yeah, I'm really trying to determine how to
You can move behind one of us.
She's prone with her legs tied.
yeah.
That's true. You could break
Yeah.
out.
I mean, if it's just your legs, I think you can still cast spells and stuff.
Yeah, you can cast
Yeah.
spells prone.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
as
still
long as
cast
it's not-
spells. I don't think it's even is it a disadvantage
Nope.
when I'm
If you have,
prone?
you have an attack roll on it, then it's at disadvantage because you're prone. But
Mhm.
like, save on them. It's regular
Oh,
spell.
okay, well, hang on now. You have to decide here, because you said that spells weren't attacks. So,
Then no, you don't have disadvantage.
like I said, you have to decide. If it does,
But
then
no,
yes.
that is the action of cast a spell.
Well, no, if the spell calls for an attack roll, then those attack rolls have disadvantage.
Well, let's look at the prone condition and find out.
All attack
So-
rolls from a creature that is prone, I believe.
Hang on,
have-
let me pull up my binder. I've got it.
Prone. An attack roll by the creature, so yes, it would if there's an attack roll. It's not an attack action.
There's attack rolls
Yes.
and there's attack actions.
Yeah, this is attack rolls.
It's word stuff, and quite frankly, I think it's stupid because why can't you use a gun while prone to stabilize it and do
Right?
that?
I can
Like,
understand if it's a melee weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a bow.
I've
Yeah.
got written
Crossbows would be fine.
Not even a bow, because you could use like one of those big Chinese bows that they like pull on their feet while they're prone, and use it that way. I don't know. It's one of those weird
Well,
things.
either
where
way,
it's just like-
up to the DM.
No, it is specifically saying attack roll, not attack action. So, Kat, you're free and clear as long you have disadvantage if there's an attack roll involved. But if they have to make a saving throw, no, then it's fine.
That's why I like saving throws.
Yeah, same. So, what would you like to do, ground wizard?
Pocket sand.
Start crawling.
Look, I inchworm my way home. I don't like any of this.
Those are all melee or ranged spell attacks. Okay. All right. How much movement do I have when I'm prone? That's the question.
Half
Gotta use
movement.
half of it to get up.
I believe if you decide to crawl, it's also half.
Yeah. You can
might
also
wanna get
just
up.
attack the bola at your feet if you wanted to.
It does specify slashing damage, though.
Yeah. Like Kobash does slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for some reason I thought you were using a rapier.
I'm thinking of self-preservation here.
going
This is
to,
why I have
but
so many questions. Okay.
But she was going to, but
I
we
will-
thought something would be way
I will
cooler.
say, the two guys in front of you are the only ones you really have to worry about. The guy in the very back with the bow will have disadvantage on you because you are prone.
Mm-hmm.
And behind a warg body and bush.
You can also attempt the strength check.
Yeah, but that still takes my action.
Yes.
God. Okay.
Or you could inch your way,
Just do the worm towards your team.
Honestly, that's what I was gonna say. Like, okay, so I'm just gonna do what I was thinking about doing and just like fuck it, because that's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna literally like I'm tied up. My feet are tied up.
You should go
Yep.
here then, so that the rest of us can rescue you.
She cannot
Yeah.
occupy that space.
there's a body.
Even with oh,
You can move through it. You cannot occupy it.
then I guess the next best
I think I'm
one
gonna
would probably
go.
be close.
That's 5. Yeah.
That would be probably the second best.
Okay, so you inchworm your way over.
I am gonna army crawl my ass over here. And cast my armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
That's good.
This is just a weird thing to do.
How is
This
that
is
a weird thing
weird
to do?
round.
Staying tied up.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm
I'm owning it.
Listen, I've got a thought process. Okay, now I have 5 temp HP.
Malik sees this. I
do
think I saw this in a weird tape one time.
I saw this on a scroll once. Okay, is
Yeah.
that your
Okay.
turn, madam?
That's my turn.
Buddy! How you doing, buddy?
Buddy,
I'm doing
the best
pretty
man
good.
we know.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty
Dude.
good.
Yoji,
Right
Flora is inchworming her way toward you.
I'm sorry, Flora. I don't have much to help you. Malik, cut her down.
You're
Cut her
fine.
Neither of these two pack slashing damage. Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of us have slashing damage.
Malik, you have so many
Listen, like I
daggers.
said, it is self-preservation. I have armor of
Wait,
Agathis
yeah.
casted. I'm happy. That's all I wanted to do this turn.
I think I do.
Wait, I
Someone
forgot, I
with
forgot
daggers.
daggers. I forgot daggers are piercing. That's so dumb.
Oh no, I think I have a short sword. Let me check to see what short
Short
sword.
sword piercing too.
Why are they all piercing?
I feel
Literally,
One
Flora
rest-
is army
oh,
crawling on the ground, like
alright.
going, "No, it's fine. Just do what you gotta do. I got this."
All right, all right.
I'm fine. The pride is kicking in.
I'm gonna recklessly attack. And oh no, wait, that does replace. No wait. Okay,
He's
yeah,
real,
no,
he's real.
I can recklessly with them all. I'm gonna hurling impact this man. Right
Hurl.
here in front of me, Mr. Blue Man over here.
You're gonna push him into the other guy?
I mean, he can pass through ally spaces, so I can push him back through them. Because it pushes him 15 feet away. So,
Oh yeah, that's how you run. That's how you got your ring out.
yeah. So for the maul
Oh,
attack,
man.
recklessly, that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit a goblin,
He'll take 11 points of damage.
and he'll die
Yeah.
instantly
Ah,
as his body is flown over there.
Never mind. By the time Dahlia gets here, I think all she'll see is
I think
just
we'll be fine.
dead bodies.
and then I'm going to go ahead and fight the guy for another 22 to hit.
That'll hit a goblin.
Gotta
That's
love
14
barbarians.
points
Oh my
of damage.
god.
You bit a goblin in half. You're half dragon.
Fucking barbarians, man.
Hey man, you want protection in the early levels? Barbarians got you covered.
That's true.
Oh,
Buddy knows
trust
how
me,
barbarians get
yeah.
you.
Yeah, they are the best in early levels, and this subclass is particularly good.
Yeah, because you turn into a half dragon.
Yeah, you know. And then I'll move up here. Well,
Also, keep in mind your half dragon form does have a glorious golden moustache.
oh yes it does. It's true. I have nice whiskers.
Gorgon literally scared me, buddy. Like,
No,
fucking hell.
I only heard tale of this legendary warrior. That scared me.
And that'll
Okay,
be it
so
for my
that's your turn. Okay, let's let him weigh his options. Where are you, Goblin Sharpshooter? The character sheet.
It probably also helped with that,
Bye. Look at you. Bye.
I mean,
Yeah.
they started out
Yeah.
with 50 people, You just killed 9 more, and we have been killing a lot of them throughout this entire.
They're in the 20s.
Yeah.
As that'll clear combat, and well, Dahlia, you and Scrap can feel free to make color commentary in the post-fight review. I'm gonna go use it.
Dolly's just gonna show
Should
up
we
now.
should we skin the warg in order to make it into food?
Okay. I do have a hand axe. I will go and cut out for it.
He's got
Thank
something.
you.
So,
Dolly just whistles as she starts strolling up. Hey guys, how's
Yeah,
it?
it's just-
Oh.
it's pretty good. You see Yoji just like the dragon face covered in blood cutting floor out of like,
Dahlia, help me skin this warg.
Helping Yoji get these ropes off my feet, standing up,
Yeah.
brushing myself off. Oh, hi, Dahlia.
Hey, seems like you found them.
Yeah, we found
Yep.
some of them. We found a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's skin the wargs. Get everything that we can.
You don't sound as happy, Dahlia. As you should be.
I mean, I'm not sure why you called me over. It seems like you got everything under control.
Yeah, I thought we had everything under control.
Oh, I just called you over because, thought you wanted to look at some of the stuff.
I mean, collect their swords and stuff. We'll just
I mean,
sell them.
I mean,
How's-
Flora got a bit of a nasty bite from the warg. You might want to take a look at that, but
I
That's
just imagine
true.
Yoji hunting through his bag of weapons: bludgeoning, piercing, necrotic, other thing, slashing.
Anyways, here, I'll do my part. She just opens up her bag of holding and waits for you guys just to put the swords and armor that you guys find in it.
You should know what you get from these guys by now.
Well,
do
it's
any
not,
of the bombs?
AJ,
from the
it's
out-
never what do I know, it's how much.
Well, count 'em. Warriors have long swords. He's got a bow. These two are worthless because their bombs are only useful to them.
What are
That guy's got a
these?
stick. These two guys each have a short bow, scimitar, and now one bag of ball bearings.
So 2.
Is there any alchemy stuff at all?
It's the class feature stuff, so only they can use it.
4. 2 lawn swords.
Let me play some music because this is clown. Again, this is still clown shoes.
We got like what? 3 bows?
AJ, what does Terry want to do?
Not get his ass beat. Perry wants to go to a hot tub.
And I'm gonna guess 4 sets of leather armor.
Probably small. Probably
one
really
set,
shoddy.
1 set, 2 set, 3.
3?
Scouts
What
and alchemists are completely unarmored.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Still
all
very,
size
very
small
low
leather
level
armor.
wizard. Okay.
All size small, by the way. I should say.
That's not my concern. And the last thing is, does the wizard have anything on them?
Same thing as the last one.
Just a basic spell book
Yeah, that little spell pamphlet was Sleep and Shield.
and a staff.
Yes,
How much
one
money did?
staff.
How much money do you guys think we can get from the warg?
I don't
mean,
know.
it's a-
I don't really have money or space for it. Actually,
I don't.
real
I wouldn't
quick,
recommend doing it.
Hell?
could I have please have just turned in that pelt to somebody to go get that thing actually? Just the pelt. I don't need to have said I unloaded everything else, just so that I can say that that's.
I, being a magnanimous individual, and because you will be at the DM next week, will allow this.
Okay. Everything else can still be in the bag, so pretty much all the space is still taken. But that pelt is now being worked on.
And yes,
Yeah.
I will charge you for it in post.
Okay, well that's gonna have to come out of the group funds. Dahlia just doesn't have much money now.
No, that's fine. Yeah. We'll take care of this in post.
Okay.
So yes, we're gonna cut to Terry and Scrap. After that clown shoes of a fight, Terry's hobbling in all sore. While you were in the middle of making your oil of itchiness, he hobbles into his job really sore. So you're ow, 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 ow. Oh.
Joe just walks up from the basement. Wow, you look beat to shit.
Yeah, we did weights today.
He reaches into his Actually, no, it wouldn't be in that.
You pay me
Hold
that-
on a second. He scurries downstairs and comes back, and he's got 2 bottles of aged Leon and wine.
Oh no! You see, during training, they said I can't drink anymore. My tolerance of you people is minimal, but you pay me 4 silver a week. I'm coming to work. Hope y'all been setting money aside to pay Terry. You've already paid him for the month, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sort of
yeah.
just rubs his chin as he opens one and takes a sip anyway. What can you do then?
I gotta eat healthy, but I can't put anything quote unquote toxic into my body.
Oh my god, wait, is Terry in rehab?
No, Terry is going through a training montage.
So he's in rehab.
They're trying to get rid of the beer belly.
The man's was day drinking when I met him, okay?
And this is not rehab. This is when the training is done, and he's strong enough. He's going right back on him.
Maybe
I'm thinking-
someday he'll realize
He's
he
counting
doesn't
down the
need to.
days till Christmas.
For Christmas, we should just buy him weapons and armor.
I think Christmas is still very far away from the.
What does an Illyrian Christmas look like?
We'll
Off
find
the
out.
calendar.
Hopefully, we'll
sort
find out.
of looks Terry over. You want an ice bath?
Yes. Or hot. I don't. Whatever works. I was a waiter till 2 months ago.
I mean, Strap, you would know that on the fridge, Dahlia does keep a note for the local like hot baths, like the saunas and onsens.
That is true. You know there's a bath to the onsens. I mean, the map there.
Does it provide a coupon or anything, or is it just like this exists?
I don't know. AJ, do you want to roll for it?
Fuck it. Roll above a 95. 95. Sorry, no. I'm gonna be nice.
Fuck.
Roll above a 75.
Am I rolling it, or is Dahlia rolling it?
Yes. We
Poison.
both.
Yeah. I'll call this a mini advantage. You each get to roll one, so we'll take the high.
Oh. Oh. No.
No,
Does it
just
say
a
how much it costs?
5 copper for a spin in it.
8 if you want a nice muscle massage with it.
Yeah, 8 for a massage. That's a good idea.
With a hot spring bath. For a whole silver, they'll also bring you stuff to eat. Healthy, of course.
For a gold, they'll kill your enemies.
Scrap comes down and sort of looks him over. Is it open after he would leave or not?
I mean,
He goes in the morning.
it's also the fact that onsen bathhouses typically do stay open pretty late, so...
Also, you're his boss. You want to tell him you're still on the clock while he's going to take a hot tub? You can do that. No one is here to tell you no.
True. Yeah, because technically the place is still being guarded.
Yeah, right now the Red Brand's just sort of chilling there.
I've already paid them for their month.
Yep, and Red Brand's just sitting there just thinking, oh, it's cute. You see, this is why you gotta learn how to use an axe. Sword training's not with me. I might have been a little nicer, baby.
I actually suggested that he learn an axe.
It's a lot more of a manly weapon. But yeah,
Scrap smirks. A lot simpler too.
yep, smack. Like a shovel. You could have trained Terry in shovel. Scrap would have been a sensei.
There's still no reason he can't later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So if you wanted to take Terry to go take a hot tub while he's on the clock, no one is here to tell you no. You have unilateral power right now.
Scrap sort of sips some more of the drink that he has. Slowly puts the other bottle away since Terry is apparently not allowed to have it. Puts a silver on the counter. how about you go and enjoy a spa day because you're not allowed to do anything toxic. And he does the quote things with his fingers for that.
Mhm.
And you stop complaining.
I'll do one of those things as he takes it and hobbles out. Scrap, I have to deal with all 5 of you sober. I'm not gonna stop. Now continue to do whatever nonsense you were doing in the basement because you smell like chemicals.
To be fair,
What's the name of the guy that's there with us now?
The Red Brand is his entire name.
So is your first name the or?
Oh,
no?
it's all one name.
no spaces.
No, all underscores.
Scott makes a face like he was gonna have a conversation with this guy, and then he just decided not to, and he hops off the stool he was sitting on and starts to walk toward the basement. Man, mammals are weird.
Alright, you have fun, boss.
He just can't seem to process that being one name thing.
Little did you know his real name is Clarence, but he gave that one up.
Anyway.
To quote, he ain't a gangster. His real name is Clarence. But by the time you are through with that quote-unquote combat, you return to Brianna and her dragons, and she just looks at Yoji, Malik, and Flora and just says, "Did you go looking for trouble?"
They went and found some more goblins to kill.
Yes, they
I
were
mean,
looking for trouble.
they were looking for us as well.
Yeah, they were
to
ready
be
for
fair.
us.
And
Almost
you
as if you
killed all but
direct-
one of them.
Almost as if you directly made an enemy of them.
Yes. They do
Well,
seem
whose
to...
fault is that?
I don't know who killed more of them.
Oh, God, by this point, probably Yoji.
The lottery.
See, I got a couple, but I think Yoji just passed me up a bit.
I don't tend to count.
I don't know. They're probably at half their numbers by the time we got done with them.
You know, I'm shocked it wasn't the little kobold who made them the enemy first. They tend to do that.
No, he just sealed their fate.
You told that they're not allowed to come within our designated area.
Oh, yes, we made sure to warn them that this is an off-limit spot, so please go around, and they can still make their way to the camp.
Good. And this is not a hard rule, but I will be upset should they be wearing any equipment made from dragons while they're in here. It brings down the energy.
I'm pretty sure we told them
Can't
just
control
to...
that.
We can't control that, and I'm pretty sure we told them just to avoid the area in general.
Good enough.
If they listen, but
Do we know if they were dragging a lot in the army?
Hey, you know that? No, they're Varisian.
Oh.
You know that things made of dragon bones they take enchantment a lot better. They're incredibly durable, nigh unbreakable, depending on what they're made from. And well, you've seen what Yojis can do. Yeah. Due to the arcane nature of a dragon, all of its material is incredibly great conduit for magic. You also need to have blacksmithing at level 100 to do it. Ah, no Skyrim
Well.
fans, I see.
Well, I'm not going to be grinding that again.
I'm just PTSD moment.
So many iron daggers.
Say, I'm not sitting under the Skyforge in that chest again. I swear to God.
I think I feel who played it modded, and thus had to keep going.
I mean, I played vanilla then modded, so...
I played it
yeah.
vanilla when I had it on the Xbox, and then I got mods, and then I'm like, oh, I ain't going back.
we just take a moment to remember the 15-minute load times for Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah, That's what I played Skyrim on. I had no DLC either.
My condolences.
I may do. But yes, as you take the rest of your journey to return home, you come to that scene we just played out. As you pass Terry as he's hobbling his way out, and you just see the Red Brand finally on duty, the large tiefling in sparkling plate armor, with an embroidered shield and axe. Oh.
Huh.
Hey! Didn't I beat
Hello.
one of you up?
Turns towards Yoji. I think it was the other way around.
I don't remember, man. That was like weeks ago.
I got stuff to do.
She just walks away.
I'm the Red Brand, and I will be guarding you guys for the day. If anyone comes in, I'll kill them dead.
Please don't.
Not anyone.
Just
Well, almost. I mean,
Troublemakers.
anyone we ask, but I mean, like, not everyone.
the troublemakers.
I mean, I'm
Want
probably gonna be here while you guys are asleep, so you may want to iron that out.
See, people who enter a building when it's locked and when the occupants are asleep tends to be troublemakers.
at least got a good point.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to hear the security thing was because, well, I'm no longer the champion anymore. So now I need to pay.
He just
All
stares down Yoji.
He does.
Looks at Yoji.
So I don't have that free place to live. Or all the plunder and women.
But you got plunder and women? They didn't put that in the job description.
I assumed.
Yoji's like, wait a minute, I missed out on something.
Look, when I think of
had
a bunch of warrior priests holding tournaments, I don't think of plunder and women, okay? I think of, like, a bunch of sweaty dudes duking it out in a sandpit. Like, you know,
I mean, if
Hey,
that's
what's
what
woman there?
I
the
mean,
way
if that's,
God intended.
if that's what charges your spell slots, man, vibe on.
I don't have any of those.
I thought everyone here was a wizard.
No, we put
Well,
him to the,
everyone
no, we
except
did,
me
we
is
put him
like
into the
3
test.
now.
Oh, did you have him reach into a bag or something?
Yes.
Yeah. What? That was real.
Yeah, of course it's the test. Have you tried it?
I have paladin magic. I'm good.
All right.
He like makes his axe glow. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to use this.
Oh my god. You know, having that character moment when you write a flaw for your character and then you have to play it out.
Do it.
Flora is literally standing there right now, just kind of looking at this
Big
paladin
built
tiefling in front of her, going, like, she's just looking. She's not gonna say anything, but
Give us the internal monologue.
she's just going, don't do this again. Don't do this to yourself again.
But Pat, he's hot.
Just picture him in his underwear.
Oh,
Oh, no!
no.
No.
He's got big old horns. He's got hoof feet.
Grub walks out of the basement, still has one of those bottles in his hand. Just takes another sip from it. Oh, you guys are back.
Yes.
He looks over at Flora, just staring. Hey, Flora, you look like you could use a distraction. Could you help me figure out what kind of magic is on this? As he pulls out the he pulls out the black dragon acid.
Yep, I'm coming. On my way.
Look. Hey guys, look. Anything else?
Oh yes, very good. We'll continue this conversation never.
What character flaw did you even write?
Yeah,
My guess
I
is
don't know.
Does it start
wildly
with an H?
attractive.
I'm a sucker for a pretty face.
He
Oh.
hot too. I don't do ugly tieflings. They're all genetically attractive.
I think they're lore.
Then my lord, if not, God has favorites, and this is
Most-
obvious.
I mean, most of them are descended from succubus and incubus, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
practically in their lore.
My tiefling is half Cambion. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but how do you think that Cambion got made in the first place? Probably a succubus or an incubus.
I don't know. I don't know, Tom. I've never had the talk. Not in tiefling way, anyway. For all we know, tieflings have an egg sac situation.
Yeah, so I'm like doing the whole like kind of holding my hand up over my head, like not looking at this man as I walk by very quickly towards
Very
Scrap.
obviously.
As she leaves, he's gonna shrug and actually just pull out a book and just start reading while he's just.
Does
kinda
Flora
just-
see this?
Yes.
She's okay.
Oh god, he's literate too.
He knows learning.
He knows how to read.
Okay, so the real question is this: what's the book?
You look at the title.
Wow, is Flora gonna cheat on her new quote-unquote sparring partner?
Oh my god. But
The title of the
I
book.
would have to glance. If I see him pull out a book, I'm gonna be curious.
I
When
have to take a look. Maybe he's looking
Okay,
it out.
I'm going to flip a coin. Tails, it's a romance novel.
God damn it.
Heads.
Okay,
Ah.
okay, he's not going. He's not going fully into it.
Battle
No,
Group
he's not
301.
gonna be Django the Red Death.
I was about to say,
Um,
for a romance, it could have, like, Romeo and Juliet, but it's like Ruby and Violet.
Romeo and Juliet.
Nomeo and Juliet. Yeah.
No.
No. It is basically it's the 14 trials of Leonis the Powerful. Essentially, he's reading the 12 labors of Hercules.
Ooh.
Oh.
Feel free to write down that book name in your notes if you guys ever want to find something.
What was it called?
I'm gonna type it up for you.
She's gonna go buy the book, read it overnight, so she has something to talk to him about.
Are we all just checking out this guy?
Feel free to.
Scraps-
Nobody's looking
Scrap
for a
is
tip to get out of
continuously
it.
confused about why everyone is staring at him.
Dolly is heading off to armor practice.
I gotta fucking practice. Yeah, I mean, he's a gladiator. He's most of his life just been stared at. He does not even notice any of you.
Let's go upstairs and get some.
Yeah. So
Who
after
talked
the
with?
glance
Go
at the
get
book,
Luke
I'm
Adventure?
just
I'm just gonna take you guys back home.
Dolly doesn't seem to really notice him. She just kind of walks by him, not really caring.
really quickly. Yeah, Scrap. What did you need?
Sort of just like glances between you and him and just.
I'm just
Looks
looking
back
at
at
him,
you
and I
again.
immediately give him the like, don't fucking do it look.
She like can't stop looking back in that direction though. Like, what do you need?
Now, Scrap, are you gremlin enough to ignore her pleas of don't do it?
Mark's
Oh,
done.
this is when I wish I had like a fucking message spell or something like that.
I am not. I am gremlin enough.
Flora
I'm-
has a legitimate reason to be ignoring this.
Yeah,
Right
Malik's
now.
gremlin enough. Let's go.
Don't do what?
Can I pick him up and just start taking him downstairs?
I'm gonna follow.
Grab? It's not a question for me.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna just let you do that. He would
He's
find
not
that very demeaning.
I
He's
wouldn't.
not a-
Okay, I wouldn't
he's
be
not a
picking him
Skrullish.
up, but I'm being very.
You're gonna give him a gentle shove. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So he's not a shroomish. You can't just pick him up and call him onion. So you are now in the basement.
I've got Applebeer to check on.
I'm in the basement. I'm just looking at Flora, and looking up to see if the doors to the basement's closed or not.
I think Scrap always shuts it behind him.
Yeah.
All right, I look at Flora. So, do you like him?
Did you see the man?
Let me get his height too.
Shrub just tilts his head and, as innocently as he can, just says, "Aren't you dating someone already?"
Okay, cat. He's 6 foot
Oh,
tall without his horns. Has wine red skin, pupilless golden eyes, and pretty wide shoulders. There you go.
With a perfect six-pack.
I say again.
You've checked.
Did you see the man?
I used my X-ray vision to look under his massive plate armor.
He just blinks. Yeah, He's a tiefling. I don't.
He's a mammal.
Is this some sort of trick question? I don't understand it.
Let's see. Does he? I did not give him a token.
Ah,
Don't worry about it, Scrap. It's fine. You know, I don't need to do anything about it anyways, you know? I was going through some shit right now.
The other day.
Need to be healing right now as it is. So, like, we're just gonna...
So when are you supposed to do that training thing that you said you'd do with that one guy?
Oh, I don't know. He didn't really give me a time to do that. He just sort of walked off.
you should schedule a time with him then.
God, I feel so bad for that guy.
Okay.
Trevor just sort of shrugs anyway to important things. And
No,
he
we're
pulls-
just gonna decide. Flora's worked up all the nerve to ask him out, and she finally buckled. Oh, dude, I'm gay.
Yes.
Oh man,
Completely assuages all of her.
that is
I was nervous
the
for
worst. That is the worst.
Oh, that would hurt.
I know
That would
someone-
hurt. No, it's like I said, it's a flaw. She's a sucker for a pretty face, but she's got reasons to not really pursue anything. So
What about Malik?
Malik does have abs of steel.
Malik has a pretty face.
Yeah, Malik's a little shorter, but that's about it. He's still
If
fucking
you're
built.
if you're into the twink vibe, this is your guy.
What about Terry once he's done with training?
Oh,
Yeah, what
God,
about buff Terry?
Is Terry taller than us?
listen, Flora's gonna have problems. Okay, that's.
Flora's about to be the main protagonist of an isekai. Let's go!
Oh, no,
As Scrap was saying though, now on to important things. He pulls out the black dragon acid. So I was doing some experiments on this to see if I could reproduce it somehow. And as far as I can tell, there's magic in it, but I couldn't figure out what.
Hmm. Well, I suppose I could take a look at it.
I will need an arcana.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you know that it is a biological fluid that comes from dragons. They make it in their body.
Oh no.
Scrap, you're going to go inside the dragon. Let's get the strange suit.
Yeah. So,
you also know one other person who can literally identify it and the magic.
Yeah.
it comes from a dragon, a black dragon. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah. It comes from a black dragon. It's really all I can see.
There has to be a way to remake it without actually using a dragon, though.
Glances over at the chemistry set in the corner.
Yeah, I tried that, and then I ran into the roadblock of magic.
Let's cook.
What do I know what what this does? Like, what's the effect of it?
It's acid.
4d6,
It's acid?
It's like 4d6 acid.
Yeah, it's
46
double damage
acid.
acid.
You suppose we could maybe synthetically reproduce the effect?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, yeah. Because it's a really powerful acid, and that can be useful for things.
Suppose we could maybe work on a formula to bump up the damage of the typical acid that we're used to?
Possible.
He sort of just gestures to the chemist, right? Do you not know how alchemy works?
No, I don't, but I'll admit
No!
a mild interest. I'd love to help you work on it.
'Cause so far you've just stated things that I've already been trying to do.
Shrugs. I know that and points to the fucking beer in the corner.
Which, do you want to
Cool.
check on it?
Yes, I do want to check on it.
See, both are poison. It's just one will kill you
Okay, so
faster.
you open it up, and it's got the streets a bubbling.
Yes.
Oh,
it's doing
that-
its thing.
Does Malik say the poison thing?
I
Yeah,
don't know, Malik, do you?
yeah. I'm
Oh,
in the
that-
corner.
That reminds me. He pulls out 2 vials. You can put these on your weapon, and it'll make people really itchy. Don't get it on yourself.
Ooh.
Yay, more poison.
Yeah, the oil of itchiness is good for 1 use each.
Try not to break the glass. They're expensive.
And don't miss.
Oil of itchiness?
So yeah, I mean, I guess Flora would be willing to try and help Scrap, like, just work out maybe a synthetic formula for a stronger acid.
This is the effect of the oil of itchiness.
She doesn't know a lot about alchemy, but seeing the things that Scrap has done with it, she's very interested in the subject.
Okay, we can start a clock and to create a new process of making acid to up the concentration of it.
Yeah, basically what Scrap's trying to do is he's trying to figure out what makes this acid so acidic and reproduce that in the normal process of making acid.
It's quite possible with a combination of magic and alchemy. It could happen.
Yeah, maybe with some of the magic that I know and the alchemy that you know, we might be able to come up with something.
Okay, Scrap laughs.
I'll just be your lab assistant, I guess, since I know
Okay.
a little bit of magic.
Okay, Malik, you get to be Beaker in this scenario. And Dahlia, you're Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog here.
Yoji is obviously Fozzie Bear.
I don't watch Kermit the Frog, so I don't understand any of this.
If only Lugner wasn't a dwarf.
Why?
Because oil of itchiness counts as a poison and requires a constitution
Yeah,
save.
they do. But with that little budding bit of friendship, that's where we're going to end the session, unless anyone else had any pressing business.
I don't think so.
I think I might be the wealthiest member of this group right now.
I mean,
Michael.
Dolly
Probably
just
are.
spent a lot of money, so yeah.
So
It might be like downtime stuff, but Flora would make an attempt to set up a training session with
we can handle it. We'll handle
Titus.
it. Both.
I've got
Yeah.
190 golden resources right now.
I would like
One
to start.
moment.
Yeah, I would like to start like making our store stuff.
Like I said,
Get
we'll
money.
handle it in post after we cut.
Yeah.
So those who tuned in and are tuning in on YouTube, thank you for watching. Catch us next week in a galaxy far, far away, where we're going to be choosing our roles carefully in space.